Hear me now? Hello? I don't know why it wasn't working. How's everybody doing though? Welcome. Glad to have you here. Hope you're having a good day. How are you doing as well? Can you guys hear me all right? Should be able to, yes. All right. Thank you for telling me. Thank you for telling me right away. Yes. If the stream is quiet as soon as we start, then yeah, it is because it's broken. You should yell at me immediately. Don't worry, I am fine. How are you guys doing though? Welcome. Yeah, it changes when I update my soundboard for some reason. It resets my OBS. No idea why. It's just kind of how that goes. Anyhow. How's everybody doing? Hey, Cozy Mortal. How you doing? Rosie Tukino. How you doing as well? Thanks so much for being here. How you doing as well? Nixia. How you doing as well? Glad to have you here. Hey, Randy. How you doing? Eris. How you doing? Loud Cat Owner. Hope you're having a good day. How you doing? Ken was messing with the cables the other day, I think. I was messing with the cables today. Yes. I was messing with the overlay a few weeks ago, but this was the cables, yes. Just updating. Not really changing anything specifically. Hey, Alien Puppy, how you doing as well? Hey, Mystery Panda, how you doing? Why is my VTuber not connecting? Come on now. There you go. That is much better. How's everybody doing though? Welcome. It is always a pleasure having you here with me. Hey, Ruru, how you doing, Max? How you doing, Ellis? How you doing as well? Glad to have you here. How you doing? It is always a pleasure having you here with me. Hope you didn't miss me too much. I hope you didn't miss me too much. It is finally time to be back again. How are you guys doing? And today we're playing an indie novel. We're playing Date at the Cemetery. Another indie novel. Updates on my own visual novel. First chapter is done. Now we're working on the second chapter for the bad boy. I'm not giving you any details whatsoever. So, don't ask. I am not giving any spoilers. I cannot do it. I am afraid of people stealing my idea. Because I know I'm striking on gold, so I'm not giving anything. I'm not giving anything. No matter how much you ask, I'm not. That's gonna be also kind of too big. I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller. Make this a little bit small. It's covering my head a little bit. No matter how you yell at me, no matter how you yell at me, I'm not telling. Anyway. Hey, Alice, how you doing as well? Dated Cemetery? That sounds fun and totally not creepy at all. Hot Goth Mortician wants you for your body. And I mean corpse. 3 ads before the stream. It's usually 2. Really? That's lame. Lame, YouTube. You still in the starting stream? No, I am not. Am I? No, I'm not. Wait, am I? Wait, why is it saying that? Oh, I accidentally pressed studio mode for some reason. That's kind of unfortunate. I don't know why I was doing that. That's kind of weird. I don't know why I was kind of doing that. Why is my buttons not working? What the fuck? Okay, it's better now. I don't know why. OBS is very weird today, isn't it? OBS is very weird today. That is very weird. I don't know why OBS is being so weird. There you go. I'm finally arrived. How's everybody doing though? I saw people playing a game called Mimesis, where you mimics pretend to be your allies and they use their voices to lower your god. I saw that too. I actually wanted to set up a collab to play that. I saw Nyla. Nyla played it and she told me about it. And yeah, apparently they have a more smarter system where they they use your voice in very smart ways to get you to lower your god. It's not just like audio clips that get copied. Which seems kind of interesting. Anyhow. Yeah. But yeah. OBS is rebelling against you. Technology hates me. I keep telling people this. I don't know why. Technology hates me. Every time there's a way that something is gonna crash and burn, it keeps crashing and burning. I have no idea why. By the way, for the people that haven't seen my posts, on Instagram, Twitter, community posts on YouTube, we're gonna have our first face cam. Straight up, I'm gonna have a face cam on the weekend. So if you want to watch me, we'll be having a face cam, and we're gonna be doing the cooking. We're gonna be doing the cream pie stream. So, the third yearly cream pie stream. If you don't know, basically it's a joke that got out of hand. That. There's no nuts in a cream pie. Do you get it? I'm very funny. I like to think that I am very funny. Hey Raven, how you doing as well? Beelzebub, how you doing as well? Thank you so much for being here. Yeah, it's our own Dr. Grant. But yeah, that's kind of how that goes. That is kind of how that goes, isn't it? What are you guys doing though? What is your day been? How's your day been? Did you had a nice weekend? Did you enjoy? Are you enjoying yourself? How's your weekend going so far? What do you have planned? I also been thinking about what to do for Christmas. I don't know what we should do for Christmas. Because, like, Christmas is a time where, like, people are in the holidays. So, like, they have a lot of free time. But at the same time, they're also with their families. I don't know exactly what to do. So, I'm just kind of thinking about it. You know what I mean? Also, for the Twitch subscribers, while YouTube is cheaper, if you subscribe on Twitch, you can get Discord Nitro for free. I'm probably going to get mine as well. Hey Chelsea, how you doing as well? Hey JJ, face cam, aren't you nervous about it? A little bit. I don't really care about like showing my face. I just mostly am lazy. The reason why I don't show my face is not like, ooh, I'm shy about being on camera. I don't like taking pictures, but I don't give a fuck about being on camera. It's just that I don't like taking pictures specifically. What I do not like is that I'm lazy. Because pictures has got to be perfect. I'm very nitpicky about pictures. Camera, I don't really care so much. It's like, yeah, whatever. Like, you know what I mean? However, I'm lazy. I'm right now in my pajamas and my hair is a mess. You could not pay me to have to like fix myself and like look straight to like be that every single day. So that's why being a VTuber is awesome. I can just stream in my pajamas and fucking my hair is a mess. We could do a Christmas tree decorating stream. My tree's already decorated, so that wouldn't really work. Because my tree's already decorated. It's a thing we do with family. I can do cookies. I can decorate cookies if you guys want to do another cookie decorating stream. But, you know what I mean? Yeah. Had a tired morning because I had to stay at 3 a.m. That's like every day for me. That's like every single day for me. Like, I just usually go to sleep at like 2 a.m. Hey, you know what I'll tell you guys? If you're gonna be lurking, I recommend you come to YouTube, my friend. Because Twitch is not counting the lurkers. Unless you type in the chat every now and then. So, if you want to support your favorite streamer, I recommend you come to YouTube. Yes, Twitch is very fucked, and I don't know why they do that. But if you want to stay on Twitch, that's also perfectly fine as well. Just like type in the chat every now and then. Follow the artists on X. I love their art. Really? So yeah, the game that we're playing is Date at the Cemetery. Very pretty artwork. The usual romance. Your usual yandere novel romancy. Very Tumblr art style, which I think is pretty. I like it. You know what I mean? And yeah. Which hates lurkers. I don't know why they do that. But it'd be how that be. You know what I mean? It is very goth, though. It is very goth. Anyhow. Yeah. We do a Home Alone 1 and 2 watch party next month. No, I was thinking like for content. Like, yeah, we can do like Discord events as well. But I was thinking for content. You know what I mean? I was thinking of what we could do for content instead. Oh yeah. Just letting you know you have no sound on TikTok. I do not have no sound on TikTok. Oh yeah, I gotta fix that too. I don't really give a fuck about TikTok. Mostly live on TikTok because... There you go. Alright. There you go. Yeah, I gotta add that as well. I always forget. It's just kind of how that be. I'm very sorry. There you go. That should be alright. Alright. Is that okay? Does it sound alright now? Hopefully it does. Hey Pengy, how you doing as well? Glad to have you here. But yeah, thank you so much for coming over, Dragon Coon. Yes. I don't know why my sound was breaking today. It happens every time that I update my graphics, my audio board. Just audio hardware is usually kind of shit. Even the good ones are kind of like messy software. So, what are you gonna do? I think it's also Windows, doesn't really help. Hey Pengy, how you doing? Starlight, how you doing as well? You're a little bit late. Not a little bit. You're 12 minutes late. It's not that much. I still consider like 12 minutes I think is fine. Because it depends on like the time that people get their notifications, you know what I mean? Like, there's a bunch of stuff. However, you know, like more than 15 minutes, then you're kind of late a little bit. W Plays check-in. Hell yeah, W Plays check-in. I actually played it. I haven't played it today, but I think I played it yesterday. I have been keeping up my responsibilities on W Plays. Let's check it out. W Plays gang. Hell yeah. I mean, I've been doing a lot of this like black area. I did a lot of this black area. So yeah. Alright guys, up to W Place gang. W Place gang. Hell yeah, dude. I love W Place. It's such a relaxing little game for me. You know what I mean? Such a relaxing little game for me. By the way, Kin, please behave. My family's at home and I'm watching without the speakers. Don't worry about it. I'm not. I know you got kind of nervous when I was reading that one. Don't worry about it. It's not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna do this when you least expect it. Just kidding. I'm fine today. Hey Casey, how you doing as well? Should I have mentioned that? Nah, I think it's fine. What's a little spending time with your friends, isn't it? You're just enjoying ourselves. Anyhow, sorry. I'm not gonna. Nah. It's okay. It's fine. Caught up with the ways, subby trend. Plus, I'm busy with my kitten. Your ADHD brain so strange at times, Skin. I wonder if my W Play solo art is bigger than the group art. I mean, the group art is pretty big. It's a lot of booba. There's a lot of booba in it. Anyhow, but I really do enjoy this game. It's such a relaxing little game. You know what I mean? You just color. It's like coloring books for adults. I think that's the way that I would put it. It's like coloring books for adults. You know what I mean? It's just like you just spend a little bit of time. You just like boom, 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 boom. You know what I mean? It's such a cute little game as well. And you know, you can work together with people. You can have the extension and work together. You know what I mean? It's a very cool thing. Paint by numbers, close enough. I know, right? It's kind of that coloring book activity for me. But multiplayer, which, you know, which I like it. I dig it. So, you know, I dig it. What's Wabi Sabi trend? They don't understand English, but they know when certain noises came out. That's okay, I understand. I mean, I'm not even that bad. Come on now. There's so many like loot. I don't even call myself a loot-tuber. Like, I'm not even that bad. Come on. Like for VTubers, I'm pretty alright. Like I'm a little bit ADHD and sometimes I'll talk about sussy shit like, oh, titties, booba. But like, am I really that bad? Like, I don't think so. You could probably justify it, be like, oh, he's kind of a nerd, but he's just a cool guy. He just is kind of a nerd and likes to tease people, which, you know, it's not even that bad. It's not even that bad. You know what I mean? Also, are we going to talk about like the Game of the Year nominees? Because I'm not going to lie, I have some hot takes over Game of the Year nominees. Do you guys want to talk about that? Because the Game of the Year nominees came out. Wait, Game of the Year nominees 2025. Yeah, the Game of the Year nominees came out and people had a lot to say. People had a lot to say about that. I think there's a lot of bullshit. There are so many of these that are so undeserved, it's not even funny. And there's a lot of these that I'm like, you know what? I understand. Okay? Let's go one by one and I'll go through. First of all, Game of the Year. I have a rule of thumb that I always say that sequels, while they are certainly contenders for Game of the Year, you always gotta consider a sequel less than original IP. Because it's a lot harder to get people involved from something brand new than it is to capitalize on fans that already existed. So I'm not saying Silksong doesn't deserve to be Game of the Year. I'm saying if Hollow Knight and Silksong were on the same list, I would consider Hollow Knight more. Even though Silksong was awaited for years and it came out with a huge bang. In the meantime, I think Clair Obscur deserves the win. It's not even... I know Death Stranding 2 is an amazing game. I know Hades 2 is an amazing game. I know Silksong, while it's not for me, it's also an amazing game. Clair Obscur, through its journey, being an indie contester, even though I'm also have a asterisk, put an asterisk on Clear Obscure as well. I think it is undisputed Game of the Year. I think it is going to be Clear Obscure. I think you could like make an argument for these three: Death Stranding, Hades, and Hollow Knight. I haven't played Kingdom Come: Deliverance, so I'm not going to give any opinions. I'm not talking about Kingdom Come because I haven't played it. So maybe this one might. If people make an argument, then sure, but I can't talk on it. But I personally think it's Clear Obscure, and it's not even close. You know what I mean? Then best art direction, you know, the usual expectations. Ghost of Yote came out with a bang. Hades 2, Silksong. I don't think Silksong has a particularly like. I mean, it's just Hollow Knight. Like art direction, okay. Audio design, don't give a fuck. Game direction, multiplayer. Come on, it's gotta be peak, right? Cause like Elden Ring, sure. Elden Ring, I know it's like a pretty popular game, but it's just what is new? What is revolutionary about Night Rain? You know what I mean? Like, sure, you could say the same thing about Peak, but like Peak is a like entirely new game. You can call it like friend slop, but like the gameplay itself, like it's nothing like we've seen. So, Arc Raiders, I've seen people rave, and it just seems like every other extraction shooter for me. So, Best narrative, I haven't played. I know these three are like heavy hitters. I haven't played Kingdom Come. Silent Hill. I mean, you know what? Actually, best narrative, any of these could win, and I'd be like, yeah, I can see that. I could see that. You know what I mean? Hey Zendra, how you doing as well? Zora, how you doing as well? Also, little reminder, Dispatch is not here. Dispatch is not here because it came out way too late. So it did not get included. It did not get enough time to be included in the Game of the Year. Unfortunately. That is why a lot of people are saying, what the fuck, where's Dispatch? It came out too late, unfortunately. So, yeah. You know what I mean? Then, what do we have here? Best music, I think it's Clear Obscure. Like, I heavily considered buying a vinyl of Clear Obscure. Like, say what you want about, like, every other game. Clear Obscure has a banging soundtrack. You know what I mean? Then, what else do we have here? Action. I haven't played any of these. It's just like every other game. Action adventure, family game. What about indie? Ooh, indie. Best indie game. So that's kind of what my asterisk comes with Clear Obscure. Because Clear Obscure is not an indie. Clear Obscure is an indie publisher. And I really think the Game of the Year should have I don't think it's fair to put Clear Obscure and Ball Pit on the same like table. You know what I mean? It's like comparing Balatro, which was made by one dude, and Clear Obscure, which was made by a whole team of like mocaps, actors, voice actors, musicians, but it's an indie publisher. I really don't think that's fair. I don't think that's fair. And I'm sorry, that's just... You should make it a AA game category. You should not put Clear Obscure in the same place as like games that were made by much smaller studios. That's the only caveat that I can talk about Clear Obscure. You know what I mean? Dispatch is also still riding the hype wave, meaning it had an unfair advantage. It was fresh in everybody's mind. No, because like that's not the only argument that the Game of the Year awards use. They have critics as well, so that would be considered. It's just because it came out too late, so they didn't have time to analyze it, basically. You know what I mean? Which is fair. You know, you wouldn't want to like have a rushed judgment, and then you know, best mobile game. I think it's gonna be Uma Musume. Surprisingly enough, that game was pretty hyped. Wooden Ring Waves is not new. Come on, where's Love and Deep Space in the best mobile game? That is actually unironically revolutionary a little bit, but I don't think it came out, so I don't know about that one. Best ongoing game. I mean, Fortnite had a lot of stuff, but it's just Fortnite. I think it might be Marvel Rivals. Marvel Rivals or Helldivers 2. I don't know which one is it gonna be. Best ongoing game. Then best RPG, Clair Obscur. Not even close. Like, maybe Monster Hunter Wilds. Kingdom Come, I can't talk on it. But maybe Monster Hunter Wilds. But I still think that... Because you gotta keep in mind, Clair Obscur revived the genre of JRPGs. Like, that genre hadn't had, like, a proper JRPG release. Like, you could say, oh, Final Fantasy. But Final Fantasy has been, like, dabbling other sorts of genres. So, I don't know about that one. Then sports racing. Wait, why is Mario Kart? Bro, why is Mario Kart and Sonic Crossroads with like Formula? Oh my god, dude. I guess. I mean, it is racing, but I guess. I mean, goes to show how much competition there must have been because, wow, that's crazy. I mean, they're both racing games, but I wouldn't put them on the same category, I guess. It's just funny to compare. Like, how would you compare these two on the table? You know what I mean? Then, oh, Civ 7. I actually do love Civ 7. I wanted to win, but I don't think it's gonna. It wasn't that hyped. I really do hope that Civ 7 wins. I like Civ. Best VR. Haven't played any VR games. Best movie adaptation. Oh, fuck. I think it might be... Okay. Let's think about it. Is Minecraft... I mean, it's not exactly a movie adaptation because it kind of like goes on its own thing. But that's kind of the point of Minecraft. It's supposed to be. You know, you make your own stories. Devil May Cry is definitely not making the cut. I'm sorry. I love Devil May Cry. Oh, man. Until Dawn apparently was dog shit. Was it? I haven't watched it. I know The Last of Us was pretty good. There was like outrage because, you know, of course there was. But I think if we're talking... Okay. If we're talking best adaptation of the original material, it's The Last of Us. But if we're talking overall production, I think the Minecraft movie might have been... It's hard to compare as well. Devil May Cry is definitely not. Splinter Cell, pff, come on now. Where am I? Who are you people? Why do I recognize that cat? Hey, Fox Sprite, how you doing as well? Glad to have you here. I don't know. Where have you been seeing me? Community support. Is that like... I don't know how that goes. Now, debut indie game. That's a strong one. Again, still... You see what I mean? Like, all of these games, like Mega Bonk, I think was made by one guy. Blueprints is a super small team as well. I don't know about, like, putting Clair Obscur. Even though I love Clair Obscur, I played it back to back. You know what I mean? I really don't think it goes, like, on the same table as, like, Ball Pit, Blueprints, Mega Bonk. But, you know? But yeah, if we're talking about, I think Clair Obscur is gonna overshadow everybody. Even though I think Mega Bonk was also pretty good. Although to be fair, Mega Bonk wasn't really that, like, it was just like another Vampire Survivors but 3D. So Blueprints was definitely very unique. Like, Blueprints for a roguelike strategy that like makes the storytelling, environmental storytelling, so tangible. I think he deserves it. I'm gonna put my bet, and we can go back and like write it down so I can like go back and watch it with you guys once the thing. But these are my predictions. I think if we're talking straight up, Blueprints deserves it, but Clair Obscur might overshadow it. You know what I mean? What is this? Games for Impact? I don't know what that is. Esports? Probably Valorant League. I don't give a fuck about esports anymore. I like watching every now and then, but I don't care too much about it. Esports athlete, don't give a fuck. Team, don't give a fuck. Content creator of the year. Ooh. Moist Critical Kaisenat. Why is this patch here though? Why is this patch not here? Because it came out too late. This patch is not going to be on the Game of the Year awards. It's going to be for next year. This patch is not going to be on this Game of the Year award, unfortunately. Was there? Was it? Wait, this patch. No, yeah, no. Dispatch is not here, is it? Wait, it is. Wait, that means that. Wait, I saw some people talking about. Wait, it is this here. Oh my god, it might be Dispatch then. But wait, why is fucking. Wait, how? Really? So you mean to tell me that the direction did not count Dispatch? I mean, to be fair, these actually no, never mind. These are pretty heavy contenders as well. Actually, yeah. If we're talking that, then yeah, I think Dispatch is because Dispatch is also a smaller size project. Never mind. Maybe best visual novel. Nah, now that I'm thinking about it, Dispatch is also because you gotta keep in mind the scale of the project as well. Like this is competing with like AAA titles as well. So yeah, game direction kind of fucked. Cause like Death Stranding, it's like Hideo Kojima. It's on the table. You know what I mean? Like, are you not gonna put Death Stranding? Ghost of Yote was also a pretty big one. Was the Hades lore that big? Game direction. I suppose it's not just narrative. Wait, Dispatch is here. Wait, really? I guess. Well, what else do you get? Content creator of the year. I think Voice Critical should be win because like he's the only one that went with something different. I don't know a lot about these people. I don't know who Sakura Miko and the Bird Peanut is. Kai Cenat is just what he always does. What else did we get? Most anticipated game. I mean, come on, like it's a GTA 6. Like, bro, most anticipated game. This game has been cooking for like almost a decade. What do you mean? How is it even a competition? It's GTA 6. Like, that's crazy. What awards are these? These are the Game Awards. The 2025 Game Award nominees. So we're kind of speculating on... I really think Dispatch should have had more nominations. Really. See what I mean? Like... Hey, Muffin. How you doing, Gothy Coffee Cat? How you doing as well? I'm gonna get on Twitch real quick. Oh, you can stay on YouTube, my friend. Stay on YouTube if you want to. I appreciate the support there. Especially because, you know, I want the YouTube to grow as much as well. So, yeah. I mean, yeah, if we're talking overhyped game, come on, like, that's GTA 6. I think until that game comes out, it's gonna win most hyped game every single year, like. You know what I mean? Like, that's crazy. But yeah, I really think that game of the year is gonna be Clear Obscure. Like, I'm sorry, Silksong fans, you guys have been waiting forever. But Silksong is a sequel, like, it's just Hollow Knight, the continuation of the lore. Gameplay is not very different, especially because, like, the Silksong was supposed to be a DLC that just kind of became its own game. You know what I mean? Same deal with Hades 2. Death Stranding, I can definitely see it, because, like, you know, it's a pretty heavy contender. It's a big project. And it's also Hideo Kojima. He always pulls up some bullshit that's, like, amazing. I don't know what sauce, what drugs Kojima uses to think up of his games, but man, he always cooks. You know what I mean? I personally think Call of Duty is... Wait, what are you talking about, Call of Duty? Hey, Gothic, how you doing as well? But yeah, Gothic, if you want to stay on YouTube, you can also absolutely stay on YouTube. I would appreciate the support there. I do want people to watch me on YouTube as well. But if you prefer Twitch, then by all means, you can also watch it on Twitch. He fucked up his teammates, if I remember correctly. What? I love that Baldur's Gate 3 is getting nominated again. Yeah. Let's see it. GTA is okay for gameplay. No, it's talking about GTA is not participating on the prizes. It's GTA is on the most anticipated one. Which, yeah. Like putting Marvel's Wolverine, which is it's properly hyped. I'm not saying it isn't. But like GTA 6, like come on now. Then I don't care about the esports. What is Games for Impact? What is this supposed to be? What is Games for Impact? What is this supposed to be? Thought-provoking games. Ah, right. Thought-provoking games. I don't know. I only know South of Midnight, and I heard about this one, but I haven't seen it. Wait, is this a Brazilian game? Kind of looks like it. Wait, is this a Latino game? Sorry, not Brazilian. Latino. It's definitely not Brazilian. It's in Spanish. Isn't GTA 6 the reason for YouTube shut down the servers? I don't remember. It might have been. My memory is kind of fuzzy on that one. But you see what I mean when I tell, like, it's... I don't think it's very fair to put Clear Obscure in the same batch as, like, Blueprints of Megabonk. I think they should have, like, a double A... That's just my opinion, to be fair. I really think they should have a double A category for the Game Awards. Because then you can have, like, games, like, that are not exactly triple A. And you could even call them as, like, indie for the Game of the Year. But at the same time, like, you know, like, imagine, like, I make a game on Godot, like Balatro. Balatro was one dude that came in and decided, you know what, I'm making a game, and it, like, took over the world by a storm. That dude is now competing with a studio like Clair Obscur. Like, I don't. And I get that, like, Clair Obscur should not be competing with Ghost of Yote. You know what I mean? That would dwarf, because that's like the whole of, like, Sony's studios for the PS5. You know what I mean? But that's just what I see. That's just my opinion. Minecraft movie, though. The one that I'm most conflicted is this one, because I genuinely could make a good argument for Minecraft movie, and I genuinely could make a good argument for The Last of Us Season 2. And I can poke fun at Devil May Cry for being... Devil May Cry should have won this. It was supposed to be Devil May Cry and Minecraft, but then they kind of fucked up the production. I just read Silas cosplay in real life. Yeah. If you guys get the goal, if you guys get the donation goal, for sure. And it doesn't have, like, a deadline, by the way. This is just, when you guys hit it, we can do it. Second trailer for the Project Hail Mary just dropped. What is Project Hail Mary? Can you send it on Discord? I can take a look. There you go. What do you guys think? Because, like, I could make an argument that, like, Minecraft as a game, it's all about imagination. Like, they have released the design documents for Minecraft, and Minecraft is supposed to be like a sandbox. It's supposed to be like Lego. It's supposed to give you a good experience that you can have, but also be open to whatever you want to do with it. It's supposed to be like a empty canvas. You can build your own story. You know what I mean? But at the same time, Last of Us 2 was a really good adaptation of a really amazing material. So, like, you know what I mean? If you hit the go, you should try to do his voice in the cosplay. Yeah, sure. I'll do some of his lines as well. For sure, for sure. I already do it as, like, a thing as well. 500 for a Silas cosplay. Yeah, but there's no, like, deadline as well. You know what I mean? Otherwise, I'd have to do one of these every month if I put it at, like, 100. I don't have the time for that. It's also supposed to be funds for the visual novel, which is why it's a little bit high. You know what I mean? That's why there's no deadline. It's just like, when you get it, you get it. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be for tomorrow. It's not like the subathon. You know? Anyhow. It's a movie based on a book by the Martian author. How could it be better than The Martian? I wonder if you see... I want to see you play... Wait. You know I want to see your cards? You cosplay as, like, either... Mr. Puzzles or WP and Z from... Wait, what? Oh. Last movie? Wait, what? Wait, let me pull that up on the dashboard, because I'm struggling to... I'm sorry, it's like the messages that pop in, it's like... It's making me hard to read. You know I want to see your cards play as either WP and Z or Mr. Puzzles from SMG4 on December 27. It's going to be the last movie plus a goodbye to the actual person, but I hope their channel is still in them so I can rewatch their videos. What is SMG? Wait, SMG? SMG SMG4. SMG4. What is this? No, I got no idea what that is. If this is something on YouTube, I don't know what that is. I have never watched this. What is this? Just a YouTuber? I thought I read the thing as like Metal Gear. I was like, what, Metal Gear? But you know, I had my mind elsewhere and was like struggling to read. They do Nintendo animations. Ah, gotcha. If Kindred don't know these people, then I doubt he would cosplay them. I mean, I don't know them. You also get to keep in mind, I'm Brazilian. A lot of like gringo YouTubers, I don't know much. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like older stuff. Man, I really like Civ. I should get to play that game. What about racing though? I think, unironically, I think it might be Sonic. Cause I don't know, like it's like, how do you innovate on like racing games? You know what I mean? Like, we're at a point where like simulators can't get any better. Like, we just have like simulators that are just like straight up one-to-one to real life. So a game like Formula 1 is like, yeah, that's Formula 1, and that sure is Formula 1. Maybe Sonic, because it's like Mario Kart for like the PCs and like other platforms, and it's kind of like taking a new take. Or Mario Kart is just Mario Kart. Like, oh, Mario Kart, but with more players in open world. Thanks. It's just still Mario Kart. Like, I don't know what to tell you. So, What about best RPG though? I still think that's Clear Obscure. Like, Avowed, shittier, but still kind of cool sometimes. Skyrim with like quality of life features for the modern age. It's a fine game. If I get a discount, I'll probably play it. You know what I mean? If I get it on like a Steam sale, I'd probably play it to kill some time. Not really like Game of the Year RPG. You know what I mean? Kingdom Come, again, not gonna count. Apparently it's very good. I haven't played it, so I don't comment on things that I haven't played or seen it. Because I either have to seen it or play it. Like, I haven't played Avowed, but I've seen people play Avowed, so I know what it's all about. At least in a grand scope of it. You know what I mean? Have you played Secret of the Mimic? No, I skipped that one. I didn't know why. I was busy, I guess. So I kind of skipped that one. Perfect area for being akin to cosplay would be the Count from Vermilion. Bind of Blood. Beaten long hair, no wig needed. I consider some characters that I wouldn't have to wear a wig. So, you know. Hey Kira, how you doing as well? No, yeah, I still think it's best RPG. It's either Kingdom Come or Clear Obscure. Because apparently people were really hyping up Kingdom Come. Monster Hunter Wilds, again, Monster Hunter Wilds, it's on the same boat as, what's his name? Silksong and Death Stranding 2. Where it's just, okay, maybe not Death Stranding 2, but definitely Silksong. Where it's like, it's a fine game. Like, I don't think it's bad, Monster Hunter Wilds. But it's Monster Hunter. Like, it's just Monster Hunter. Which is not bad, it's just a sequel, you know what I mean? Like, Outer Worlds 2, for example. It's just Outer Worlds. You know? Like, it's a great game for what I've been playing. But it's just more of the same game. So it shouldn't be like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be as, like, when we're talking about Game of the Years, we gotta think of like, what is revolutionary? What is like timeless or revolutionary about this? You know? Those are the things that we gotta look for, like, broadly speaking, when we're thinking like Game of the Year, you know what I mean? I don't even think about Avowed, but I find it very interesting to see a game with 76% Steam review nominated as the best RPG. I mean, there might be a little bit of like influence laundering as well, you know what I mean? Like, same deal, like best games of the year. Where's the games of the year? Donkey Kong Bonanza being nominated as Game of the Year is just like, yeah, Nintendo's paying a lot. Like, we gotta put Nintendo here, because I'm sorry. I love Donkey Kong Bonanza. I played it back to back because I like playing casual games in my off time. You know what I mean? Unironically, it's just another Nintendo game. There is nothing at this game that should be Game of the Year. It is just like, It's a Nintendo game. We got to put a Nintendo game here, I think. Same deal, like, you know what I mean? There is enough. I love Donkey Kong Bonanza. It should not be a game of the year. You know what I mean? What about Kingdom Hearts 1 through 3? Because I know they're gonna make a 4th one, the teaser. Well, Kingdom Hearts is kind of like its own thing. You know what I mean? Kingdom Hearts is, I don't know. That's just, again, I'm talking broad terms as well. Like, I'm not saying the sequel couldn't win Game of the Year. You know what I mean? I'm saying when we're talking about sequels and original IPs, the original IP, if we're talking the same game, but one is a sequel and another one is a original IP, the original IP I think is more influential. Because if we're both talking about the same game, same level of popularity, same qualities, doing something original should count for a heavier weight. That's just my opinion. You know what I mean? I don't know most of the games except for Hollow Knight. I mean, you know, we are living on a recession, so I don't blame you for not seeing. I mean, I haven't seen all these games, and you know what I mean? Like, making content about video games, even though I cover mostly indie games, so it's, you know, more along my ballpark. You know, even then, I couldn't see everything. There's also something in mind. It's also very funny. Can I talk about something as well? Because we were just talking about the Game of the Year nominations, right? Where is it? Can I say something? Like, we were just talking about, like, the Game of the Year nominations and everything. And I see a lot of people saying, like, gaming back in the day, it's used to be so much better. Gaming back in the day used to be like, it just hits different, bro. They don't make games the same way. And every time that I listen to somebody talking about that, it's just like, bruh, that's just your nostalgia. 2025, I have a lot of criticisms about games. The games industry, monetization forms, a bunch of stuff, right? But you cannot say that back in the day, back in the times of the PS2, the PS1, or even like PS3, you were getting as many bangers back to back to back to back to back as you are in 2025. Gaming as a whole has become an art form. And I'm not saying this to sound pretentious, like I really am not. But like, gaming as a whole has become an art form. Every single one of these games, Ghost of Yote, Silk Song 2, even Donkey Kong Bonanza, but like Death Stranding, Clear Obscure especially. If those games had come out like 2010s, they would be Games of the Year. Every single one of them. You know what I mean? We get so many games back to back to back to back that are amazing, that the bar for games being Game of the Year are so high. Like, unironically so high. The technology gotten better, but I think also the studios have gotten a lot better. You know what I mean? People have just gotten better at making video games. You know what I mean? Your voice is low-key so relaxing, I could fall asleep to it. I mean, I do have an ASMR channel, and I do ASMR, spicy ASMR on Patreon. Spicy audios, you know. Not sure. I mean, it's technically ASMR. I got spicy audios as well. You know what I mean? So whenever I see somebody being like super nostalgic, I am pretty nostalgic. I love retro games. I have like PS2, PS1, Nintendo 64, Super Nintendo. What else do I have? Original Xbox, Game Boy, DS, DSi, 3DS. Like, I have so many retro consoles, but I still recognize that like modern games have never been better. If you know how to look. If you're just playing Call of Duty every single year, then yeah, you know, you have all of these beautiful games and you're just eating shit every single day. It's like, that's on you, bro. If to big 2025, the only games that you play is Fortnite and Call of Duty, I mean, more power to you if that makes you happy, but like, you are not experiencing all there is to it. Like, that's crazy. You know what I mean? Anyhow. I just find it very funny. I just find it very funny to talk about that. I love video games, you know what I mean? Like, Every time that I say, I just love video games. You know what I get? I get this beamed on my brain every time that I say, man, I love video games. You know what I mean? Like, I think video games are an art form, and they should be cherished. Every time that I think that I say this, I get this beamed on my brain.
My life is like a video game, trying hard to beat the stage, all while I am still collecting coins. Trying hard to save the girl, obstacles I'm jumping.
This is what gets beamed into my brain every time that I say, man, video games are such an art form. I definitely think they should be cherished. This is what gets beamed on my brain every single time. My life is like a video game, trying hard to beat the game. I feel called out right now. I do too, dude. Every time that I'm like, man, like, video games are such an art form. They've come such a long way, and I think they should be cherished. You know what I mean? I'm like, it's like those guys that make like video games their whole personality. This gets beamed on my brain immediately. Oh shit, man. And I mean, like, there's no shame. You know what I mean? It's a little bit funny if you don't have a personality, but like, having a hobby and being like, that's actually something that, is a thing that you have to fight back from cringe culture. It's like, you can be very into a hobby. That's not cringe. The cringe part is when you make having a hobby your whole personality. Like, if somebody makes video games their whole personality, I'm a gamer, and that's the only thing about them, then yeah, sure, that's a little bit cringe. You know what I mean? But at the same time, like, I can't help but think every time that I say that one video, like, my life is like a video game, trying hard to beat the game. The only real cringe thing, it's being a loser and mean and not having a proper personality. That's the real cringe thing. If you have somebody, even Nintendo fans, as much as I like to shit on Nintendo fans, because they kind of deserve it. You know what I mean? Even Nintendo fans, like, if you just love Nintendo games, like, and you like have merch, you have the amiibos, you have all the games. Anytime Nintendo comes up with like a new piece of merch, you buy it. Like, hey man, if that makes you happy, like, go for it. I'm not gonna be one to stop you. You know what I mean? You only get one life, bro. It's not like life is already shit as it is. You don't need to make it worse for yourself. If Super Mario going Yahoo and it's a me Mario makes you happy, fuck man, to go right ahead. I'm not gonna be one to stop you. The real cringe. You wanna know what's real cringe? Going on comments of people just being happy and just being like, it's so cringe, bro. Bro, it's so cringe, bro. Bro, it's so cringe. It's just like, come on, man. Big 2025, man. Go do something useful with your life. But at the same time, I still can't help myself. It's an instinct that I have to fight, but I still think that every single time gets beamed on my head. Jesus Christ, I get morbid my own. I don't need any more help. What do you mean morbid? I'm saying you should live life. I'm saying you should love life. What is morbid about that? You know what I mean? I've met some people like that. If you don't harm anybody and you aren't being obnoxious about it, let people enjoy whatever they want. Exactly. As long as you're not being obnoxious as well, because certain fan bases do have a tendency to be obnoxious as fuck as well. I mean, My Hero Academia wanted to talk, you know what I mean? If you remember peak My Hero Academia days, man, that fan base deserved all the hate that it got. That fandom deserved the hate. I'm sorry. That fan base was so fucking obnoxious, man. It was unmedicated mental illness being weaponized for harm. Like, I'm sorry. I love my mentally ill people. Like, I am mentally ill as fuck. But fuck, man, those were rough times to be online. You know what I mean? Some hate is a little bit deserved, like. You know what I mean? I'll never enjoy any anime fandoms. I don't know. There's like a few fandoms that are fine. There's a few fandoms that are fine. I mean, our fandom is pretty fine. You know what I mean? And you'd be surprised considering like the bad rep that VTubers get. But nah, My Hero Academia kind of deserves it. Every single time that I try to like be part of like My Hero Academia online, it's just like maybe there's something better that I can do with my time. I think that may be Steven Universe. Steven Universe, dude. Bro, you have not seen peak 2025, peak Steven Universe fandom days. But they'll talk about the most dumb shit and be like, is this problematic? Is this problematic? It's like, bro, it's a children's cartoon. Why are you taking so much psychic damage over a children's cartoon? Bro, it's... Oh my god, dude. If you know, you know. That's what I'm gonna say. If you know, you know. I'm not gonna say any more than that. As a Steven Universe fan, I agree. And I think we can be self-aware of that, you know what I mean? Like, you know how I say that, like, every now and then I'll play League with my friends because I got conditioned into playing League. And I'll say, like, yeah, every League player sucks, including myself. It's a sucky community. It just sucks. You know what I mean? You know, it's just... there's no problem being self-aware. You know? Like, as a League player, I can say League players suck. If you want to play League, play with a 4-man party and mute all chat. Don't ever interact with a random League player on the wild. You know? But yeah. You that's sick as fuck? I know, it's W plays. It's very cool. Every now and then we always like play off stream. And I really love this game. I find it quite relaxing to play. You know? And it's just like also very good to just like talk. Because I don't know, I like it. I dig it. You know what I mean? And don't worry, we are gonna be playing the other game as well. I just like talking to the chat a little bit before. You know. Because then we can talk about like, I like having these segments, and I know there's a lot of people that like, Kindred, go play the video game. Like, stop like killing time. And first of all, like, if you want to just play the game, play the game. Like, it's a free game. A lot of the games that I play are free or very cheap. You can just, you know, play the game yourself. You know? But secondly, I love talking to people. Like, my favorite thing about streaming is talking to you guys. And I love spending some time to just talk to people, especially the people that came here early. You know what I mean? That were excited to be here. You know, we can talk about the current events, you know, the game of the year, or, you know, game of the year, whatever anime, games come out, you know, anything really. Sometimes we'll laugh whenever we see some like random drama that's like super sick, so super silly. Not sick, silly. You know what I mean? Like the guy saying like, women in video games. But I just love you yapping with you guys, you know? And then we can play some video games and actually do. And it's also good to have an activity for the people on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like, I think people on YouTube love having a, how do I say this? Something to do. You know? Want to discuss FNAF lore? I actually used to know a lot more about FNAF lore, but nowadays I kind of forgotten about it. So, you know what I mean? Because I never actually play the games. I watched people play it because I just suck. I have like very poor reflexes, so games like FNAF, I would much rather like watch people play than actually play it myself. You know what I mean? What games do you like playing? Indie games, visual novels. I'm a very variety kind of guy, so you know what I mean? Usually I like playing with other people, but at the same time, I'm an indie game enjoyer, so if you look at my channel, if you look at my channel on YouTube when you can see my VODs, you see that there's like a million something games, you know? I mean, Love and D-Space, I do it a lot as well. You hyped for the new FNAF movie coming out next month? Wait, is it coming out next month already? Really? Wait, new FNAF movie release date. Is it coming out next month? Yeah, December 5. Holy shit. All right. Bad. Yeah, I thought the first one... See, there you go. I remember talking about it. The first one I thought was pretty good. Like, they adapted into, like... You would be fine watching it. as a sort of like light horror, and I'm excited for this one as well. Yeah, just completely forgot that was gonna be so soon. I guess I just like, with everything that's going on, you know, you just kind of forgot about it. But yeah, sure, very excited for it. Haven't seen the second trailers. I mean, we can check it out. It's been a long time since I've seen it as well. Where is it? FNAF 2 trailer. Where is it? Let's see. A look inside and the official trailer. Let's see. Suppose it should, right?
So you wanna tell me about your bad dreams?
It's always the same.
Megan Fox's voice in Talk to Toy Chica. Apparently, yeah.
Your dad.
Time is going so fast. I know, right? Freddy Fazbear.
We're never gonna be able to move forward.
Is it gonna actually get into like the actual lore? Because they established it, so I'm assuming they're gonna go into the actual like
You know that.
murder, right?
Everyone called it an accident, but it wasn't until years later when those 5 children went missing that I knew she was murdered by him.
Left Bonnie in this. Where did he just go?
Are you ever gonna go back to Freddy's? I mean,
Are we gonna flash back into like the actual children's murder?
Sister's here.
Or is it gonna be like, is it gonna be a post-modern? Like what I'm trying to get at is it gonna be like a present day sort of thing? Or are they gonna be able to go into the children's memories and like flashback to like, kind of like in the game, like the 2D game? You know what I mean? I wonder.
Where are you gonna run to?
What are you up to, friendos? Just excited for FNAF. Talked about the game of the years, and now we're gonna be playing the game very soon. Right after.
Half of this town will be dead by morning.
Oh. I also find it funny because like every single time there's a new FNAF movie, like parents that don't know any better will like see like, mommy, I want to watch this movie. And they'll see like, oh, you know, it's got a lot of like, maybe it's a little bit horror, but it's kind of silly. And then they'll get traumatized. Because it's like, I think this is like 16 and up, right? What is the rating of this game? Wait, what is the rating of FNAF 2? FNAF 2 movie rating. It is, no, actually PG-13, okay. Wait, really? Is it not 16? Wait, what was the first one? No, it's a PG-13 as well. Man, the ratings are so much lighter than they used to be. Like back in the thousands, if a movie had murder or blood, it would be like immediately 16 and up, maybe 18. Nowadays, it's like, yeah, it's the children being murdered. It's fine. Children, but bro, school shootings happen every week in the US. Children already are pretty aware of death. It's fine. It's fine, you know, like you can put it PG-13. It's whatever. That's a little bit morbid, but it's kind of true. That should be 18 plus. Nah, Adeline, come on, like that's crazy. 18 plus is, from what I remember, because I have studied this. Ratings are like this, like all ages, you know, family friendly movies. 13 and up, I think, is like one fuck. There's like a limit on how much swearing there is. There's a limit on how much violence there is. Then I think 16 is kind of like thriller, but like not really, like might be a little bit scary, but it's not traumatizing. And then 18 and up is like sensitive subjects, drugs. I think drugs can also be on 16 if it's not like hard drugs. And 18 plus is just like, you know, what you would expect. Hey, Adino, how you doing as well? Things are only 18 plus if it contains nudity. No, that is not it. There, you can definitely be 18 plus and not have nudity. You mean the 8-bit games? No, I mean this one. Not the in-game games in the FNAF. I mean this one. The ball pit FNAF game. Where is it? The ball pit FNAF. Yeah, this one. I was thinking of this one where I said a 16-bit game, the 2D side scroller. I was talking about this one. This one right here. Into the Pit. Yes. Because this Into the Pit, they kind of like flashback into like the past. And that's how it kind of they explore the lore. And I think that's how they're going to go about in the movie. I don't think it's gonna be a current day, you know, like flashbacking into the past. More so than like the kids are gonna like, you know what I mean? Their ghosts are gonna come to life and they're gonna like talk, I think. I don't think that's gonna be the case, right? I don't really like jump scares. Love the model though. Thank you. Oh, it's very sweet. Anyhow, let's play the game, shall we? Let's check it out. We're playing Date at the Cemetery today. Let's check it out. Rightio. Let me extract here. I have it downloaded already. Just gotta extract. There you go. Alright. Oswald travels in time, an hour into the stream. Well, that's always what we do. It's always an hour into the stream. This is how it always goes. Have you just now realized, Starlight? Every single time that we play a game, it's the first hour, 30 minutes to an hour, depending on how excited I am to play. It's always us just chatting. And then we play the game. It's every stream is like this. I don't know what to tell you. Oh man. Hey Lex, how you doing as well? Put those away. What do you mean? It's the made to scale. I don't know what you're talking about. Where am I gonna put them? Don't answer that question, actually. Don't answer that question. Don't answer that question. I know what you're typing. Don't answer that question. I know what you're typing right now. Don't stop. Delete that comment right now, okay? Delete it. Hey Neko, how you doing as well? Glad to have you here. How you doing? Making cookies? Hell yeah. Share with the class some of these cookies. Oh man. You know a game is gonna be good. You know a game is gonna be good when Windows is like, please don't run this game. Please don't run this game. I don't know. I can't really verify this. That is very funny. Holy shit, man. Windows is like, please, are you really gonna put this on me? Come on, no. Oh no. That's the indie game seal of quality, baby. That's the indie game seal of quality. You know a game is gonna be good when you know that. Skip text speed. Doesn't seem to be anything I need to change. That's alright. Alrighty, let's get into it, shall we? Let me switch myself back to where I belong. There you go. Alright, new game. Alrighty, let's get into it, shall we? Long awaited. Alright. Sometimes dating in Colorado felt harder than it had any right to be. You're searching places no one should ever have to search. Like speed dating with a guy who who looked twice your age and still lived in his mother's basement. Hey OMG, how you doing as well? Never been able to watch your streams live until now. Thanks so much for being here. Glad to have you here, my friend. It is always a pleasure. Well, you belong with us, exactly. Windows is like, please don't do this to me. That's when you know an indie game is going to be good. That's the seal of quality. Because they didn't even write the studio on the metadata. Or maybe it was the endless void at Tinder, where every swipe led to the same dead-end conversations, where it was clear most people only want one thing. You really did try, honestly. But despite all your efforts, you came up empty. That was until that night. You went to some overrated, overpriced warehouse party with bad light and ear-deafening music. Not exactly your scene, but your friends have practically dragged you out here. Put yourself out there, they said. Meet somebody new, they said. Somebody different, they said. And someone different it was. You just gone through a messy breakup, and let's face it, far too many nights spent single. You weren't exactly desperate. But it would have been nice. Nice to have somebody to talk to. Someone to share a drink with. Maybe even more. Romantically speaking, of course. And that's how you met Avon. Oh. So it wasn't exactly the stuff of fairy tales. Not in some rise met across the room kind of way, or love at first sight. Oh no. You met him face first, practically body slamming into your drunken sprint to the bathroom. Turns out that one shot too many and your lifelong lightweight status didn't mix too well. Who knew? But instead of brushing you off like any other shitty college guy would, he helped. He actually helped. You held your hair back like some knight in the slightly wrinkled flannel that's seen washed way too many times to count. Make sure you didn't pass out on the cold tile of a bathroom floor as your lunch made its ever so grand reappearance into the toilet. You stayed until the room stopped spinning, or at least slowed down a little. Now, normally you wouldn't give out your number to a random guy you only know for the duration of a bad life choice. But after someone's literally held your hair, well, you dignitily shut out through your mouth. It would have been kind of rude not to. So here you are, in the car of a guy who helped you while you were involuntarily puking your stomach. What the fuck am I doing here? You must have been scowling because you were snapped out of your thoughts by a smooth and soft voice. What are you thinking about? You got that far off look. Like an angry cat. Oh, that night, they say. What are we doing? This is the usual indie novel, yandere indie novel. Hanging some fun. Is that a dude? I could not tell you, actually. I saw the game. I think this is a dude, but it's so, like, gender... not gender neutral. What is the term? Not agender. What is... androgynous. It's so androgynous that it's actually kind of hard to tell. You know what I mean? I think it must be a guy, but it's kind of hard to tell. Which I think is, like, very different as well. Didn't he say he helped? Well, yeah, I think so, yeah. Was it that obvious? Yeah, yeah. You stifle a small laugh, glancing you over slowly. But now you look confused. Are you planning an escape route or something? He was always so teasing, even over text after the party. Now was no different. Oh, me? Just thinking about how we met. It was an odd way to meet a date, that's for sure. But you wanted to give it a chance. Ah, the party, right? Could barely remember your own name. Wait, was that it? What was it again? He smirked, clearly teasing. You narrowed your eyes, but played along anyway. What is your name? Kindred. Right, Kindred. Surprised you couldn't remember it. You turned in offense, laughing in shock. Hey, first date and you're still teasing me? He chuckled and rolled his eyes, keeping one hand on the steering wheel. I suppose I should move myself here. It's very hard to tell where the text is going to be on these games. There you go. That's much better. We stand on conventional gender representation. I think so too. Dude, do that, non-binary, trans, is all good to me. Well, dude for me is gender neutral. I can call anybody dude. Depending on the term, of course. Like, be like, dude, come on, man. That's gender neutral. It's like, dude, quotations, gender neutral. Do we need to change places? Call out when we need it? I mean, sure, if you want to. Force a habit, I suppose. However, you know they excel at first dates. And hey, you haven't jumped out of the car yet, so that must mean you don't mind. Kind of like a knight in shining armor that doubles as a court jester. He said, thinking for a moment, keeping his eyes on the road now. And now I get the honor of spending the night with you. I must be on a roll. You rolled your eyes, but you couldn't help but smile, tugging at the corner of your lips. His confidence was ridiculous, borderline cheesy, but charming. A soft hum of lo-fi music played in the background, easing some of the tension in your chest. Something about Avon made it easy to breathe, made you feel safe. Even from the very beginning, most people would have just handed you napkins and walked away, and you stuck around. He always felt genuine, even if he was practically a stranger. Say, are you into lo-fi? Oh, so you'd fuck a dude? Smiles and bisexual? I would fuck it regardless of whatever. The only thing that I care about him having in his pants is my... I'm bisexual. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I'm clapping it. I'm clapping it. You understand me? I'm clapping those cheeks. I don't give a fuck. I did not ask if he was a dude or a girl. As long as he's into me and I'm into them, I'm clapping it. Call me the mayor. How I don't care about these. Actually, never mind. I'm not feeling this. Never mind that. I'm not finishing that joke. It's all right. Is he a goth man or woman? I think he's a he. I think he's a he. Although it looks very androgynous. You know what I mean? That's what I say. Like, that's how I say you just gotta find a style that like fits you. A lot of people, I feel like a lot of trans people especially, but a lot of like non-binary, queer sort of people that like to play with their gender expression, which is no issue with that. Like, there's plenty of people that do and rock it. But I think the most important thing that people get distracted from is you gotta find a style that works for you. You know what I mean? Like, I like being manly. It's something that I enjoy. That's why I play, you know, I dress kind of manly. I don't mind. Even though sometimes people have made fun of me for my long hair, I still like dressing manly and being, what is the word? I'm awful with terminology, so like, forgive me. But, you know, what is the word? What is the word again? What is the word for when you conform to your gender? Anyway, you get what I mean, right? But if you are gonna play around with your gender expression, you don't have to pick a side. You don't gotta be feminine or masculine or fit a certain aesthetic. If you want to dress gothy as fuck, you can dress gothy as fuck. If you want to do a sort of soft goth, I think they call it mall goth, where you kind of like take a few goth elements, but you also spice up some more casual clothing, you can do that. As long as it makes you happy, you don't have to fit a label. Labels are good for self-identification, and you can choose the labels that you want to have. You know what I mean? Bisexual, himbo. But at the same time, those are not restrictions. They should be complementary, in a sense. You know? I don't know. Just something that came to mind when, with this conversation, kind of got me confused with him being androgynous. You know what I mean? It just, I seen a lot. I seen people do that a lot, where, you know, they get so worried about like, like I mostly see this with like trans people, men and women, because you know they have like that self-awareness of like, is this gender conforming? Is this not gender conforming? Bro, who gives a fuck? I mean, like, even cis people, femboys, non-binary people that do whatever the fuck they want. I don't know what non-binary people are doing. They're just doing their own thing. If you ever met a non-binary person, you kind of realize they're just doing their own thing. You know what I mean? Lesbians, for example, like a lesbian can be like super feminine and like, I don't remember the word for it, but like super girly. I'm gonna use the general term, but they can also be like a butch, which is more like a masculine, again, bad terminology, but like a more masculine, quote unquote, lesbian. You know what I mean? Which is so based. What, non-binaries? I like it. Like I said before, you just gotta do what makes you happy. You know what I mean? You only get one life. Fucking rock it. You know what I mean? If you want to wear a lot of jewels, get a lot of piercings, tattoos, fuck it. I wish I had more tattoos. What is it? Mostly I'm lacking is money. Tattoos are so fucking expensive. I wouldn't want them to be cheap because, you know, you don't want to cheap out on a tattoo and get a bad one, but fuck, man. Fuck, man. Tattoos are so expensive. Anyhow, it's just kind of how that be. Feminine is the right term as well as butch. Is it feminine? I don't know. I always say that like I've been only bisexual since I was 24. So sometimes I'll use like wrong terms or express myself bad. It's a journey, you know? Anyway. Not to get too sidetracked for the sexy goth here. Yeah, I love lo-fi. Avon smile. He seemed to like that. Nice, nice. Knew you had good taste. Hey, I actually do love lo-fi. Are butches more male presenting? I don't know. Do I look like a lesbian, guys? Come on, like... You think I would remember? I don't even remember shit that is from my identity. I sometimes get the terminology mixed up. Like top and dominant. Sometimes I'll mix those things up. Guys, you seem to have forgotten that I am a fucking dumbass. What did you expect from me? Honestly, Kindred, you'd be surprised how many people only listen to it studying your background noise. I don't know. I find it calming. Helps clear the mental static a bit. You get me? I like lo-fi. I can see that. I smile at him, considering his options. Give what you like it. Lean back in his seat. Red eyes half closed as the mellowed beat fill the dark car. Head gently bopping gently. So, where exactly are you taking me? A slight smirk played on Avon's handsome face. You see. It's a surprise. A surprise. You're not about to murder me in the woods or something. Avon snorted at the idea. What? No, I don't even have a weapon on me. Relax. Do I look like a lesbian? Well, if I'm gonna be honest, shut up, chat. Shut up, chat. The night breeze shifted past you as you took in your surroundings. You're still confused into the void of the unfamiliar parking lot. Wait, this is a surprise? A parking lot? Gave a nervous chuckle, trying not to seem rude. Not quite. There's that teasing tone again. We're going there. Yvonne pointed just beyond the parking lot. There. You saw the large gates and a worn stone sign that read, Denver, Colorado Cemetery. Was that the cemetery? Bingo. He looked back at me with a look of pride. You like it? You're taking on the cemetery? Not a little bit. It's a little bit scary. I'm nervous. Hell yeah, I like how you think. Alright, chat, you choose. You're taking me to a cemetery? On a date? Yvonne's face fell flat, smile full of pride gone. Gave you a quick glance over and rolled his eyes. Oh, I like it. It's romantic. It's fun. In mysterious, spooky sort of way, you know? Think about it. Think about it. Peaceful, quiet, no crowds. Just vibes. Alone. Is he flirting? Oh god, he's flirting. Vaughn noticed a sense of disgust on your face. Oh, I'm not disgusted, I'm just confused. He sighed, shook his head. Just don't knock it until you try it, okay? How condescending. I did just kind of judge him. You tend to give a warm smile. Yeah, great date idea. Just us and a bunch of dead people. Great listeners. Avon gestured you to follow him. Come on. It's not as weird as it sounds, I promise. You look so excited. Alright, sure. Is he flirting on a date? Well, to be fair, his idea of flirting is going to a fucking morgue. Hey Zerlin, how you doing as well? You and Yvonne walked over the misty pavement on the parking lot. You're slightly behind, shoes crunching the gravel beneath them. As you followed along, it felt as if the path got dimmer and dimmer. The gate ahead looms, like it belongs in some sort of gothic novel. It all felt so off, but only for a moment. Small spider skitters across the toe of your shoe. You freeze, taking a sharp breath, then continue walking, a little stiffer than before. You quickly latched onto Avon's arm without thinking. Avon stifles in shock as he looks over to you. Are you okay? Letting go in embarrassment, you sigh with a nervous chuckle. Yeah, I just didn't really expect this sort of vibe tonight. I can see that. His face softened slightly and gave you a gentle smile. Don't worry. I'll make sure you have a good time. Wanna hold my hand? Sure. You gently took his hand with a grateful smile. It is warm and steady, like it's guiding you. Something about that brings you comfort. There you go. His genuine smile puts you at ease. Promise not to let any spiders slip under your skin. You laugh at his morbid joke. His touch felt grounding, even if for a fleeting moment. Appreciate it. We can leave that to the corpses. Despite your own joke, you shivered at the thought. So gross. You scrunch your face in a playful disgust. Your head leaning on his shoulder with a sigh. Also, by the way, if you've never seen like a corpse, because I used to do like medical school and we study with like corpses and shit. They stink. The smell of corpses is not something a normie can just like straight up like from the get-go. Like I know a lot of goth people be like, death is so cool. Like that shit will make you scrunch up. Going into a morgue will make you be like, ugh, even if a little bit. People that are used to it do that. You know what I mean? Like I know that a lot of stories will romanticize this kind of stuff. The case sets in quick. It's not for the faint heart. Like I know a lot of people say that it's not for the faint of heart, but we're like, I can take it. Let me tell you, nobody can take it. If it's your first time, it's gonna be like a little bit. You know what I mean? It not only does it smell really strong, the chemicals that they use to like preserve and like embalm the body stink. Heavy stink. It's like the smell of like decaying meat, even preserved, stinks so hard. It's unbearable. You scrunch your face in playful disgust, your head leaning. Not to even talk about the whole like morbid shit of like a dead body. I'm just talking about like straight doctor, straight smell alone. My friend who became a doctor said that when they study the cadavers, they smell stuck to you for a while. It does. It's unfortunate. Evan's voice trails off as if he was daydreaming about something. The path still feels eerie, but somehow less alone. His thumb rubs against the top of your hand as you walk. It's subtle but comforting. You two continue to walk along the gravel path, the gate behind you fading into the dark. Your eyes travel down to his chest, catching a glimpse of his necklace. You were surprised you didn't see it before. When'd you get that necklace? Avon's hesitated, tensing up at the question. Such a sudden interest. It was my dad's originally. As he averts his gaze, the air suddenly feels thicker. Was it real? Like, genuine? Avon snorted at your question. It's not shame anything, if that's what you mean. It's actually from a cult. I stopped in your tracks, taken aback by his statement. Was he in a cult? What the fuck did you get yourself into? You were in a cult? There's no fucking way, right? Avon laughed at your reaction. Genuine, but now he was slightly gaudy. Not in the way that said he was self-conscious. Just if he was avoiding a really awkward conversation. No, not me. Not by a long shot. Okay, thank. Evolutionary, if that makes sense. It makes sense that the scent of death puts us off like it does. No good reason to keep close to corpses and risk catching whatever the other person's got. Yeah. I know. There's a lot of things that are like evolutionary benefits that now kind of like just don't make sense. So yeah, I totally understand. Reminds me of a bit of an old chemistry teacher. Every year, when new students came, he would say at the end of the first question, smell the butyric acid, smells good. There's always some weird people, but Oh, the apple doesn't fall too far. Not in a cult, but I am a Satanist. Oh, that's kind of cool, honestly. Oh man, no. I'm gonna save. I really want to see what happens if we call him quirky. He's gonna hate that. Wow, you're such. Wow. Okay, Tumblr boy. You mean to tell me you're a Satanist? Are you a goth as well? You like going to Hot Topic? He's gonna hate that. He's gonna hate that so much. He's gonna hate that. More sharp, more like a scarf of one than one of amusement. Cute. Real cute. It was meant to be harmless, a joke. But there's a shift in this tone. Nah. That's me. That's me. You know, we don't want to make fun of that. I would say, yeah, that's cool. Like, you know what I mean? Hey, Poemi, we're playing A Date at the Cemetery. It is funny to say, like, oh, so quirky. Yeah. I mean, like, dude, you know, there is a church for, like, satanic cults. It's just, like, they're usually just another church. You know what I mean? It's kind of cool, honestly. Mysterious with a dash of daddy issues. Mysterious with a dash of daddy issues. That's funny. Actually, I'm screenshotting that one. I'm showing this. Ah, fuck, man. Wait, can I not? Okay, there you go. Okay, that's a funny line. Avon paused, watching you for a moment as a smile slowly crept to his face. His voice was low, very amused at your response. Exactly the vibe I was going for. Laughed and leaned in close, a content smile on his face. You get it. Most people don't. You don't always like it. Somehow you two felt closer now, not just physically. I like people who aren't afraid of things like that. You don't make fun at least once. You're how you know you're in love. Oh, you know, this is the first day, so you know they're not exactly in love yet. Like, this is the first date. Like, it's rare, you know, really rare. I mean, is it really? I mean, like, Satan is a little bit like, it's a little bit like quirky because like all the Christianity kind of stuff. But like in Brazil, there's plenty of like African religions. You know, it's just another religion. I don't know what to tell you. It's just another religion. You know what I mean? They have practices. They have like cults. As long as you're not doing like sacrifices and shit like that, like, you know. Short-term stress from the pain, long-term detrimental for the body. Yes. I mean, I saw the Kurtz Kazat video, Eris. I think you were referencing that, right? Have you seen that? Even stress makes an evolutionary sense. Yeah. I mean, stress is like really useful. It's just that the world that we live in kind of like makes us stress in an unhealthy ways. It gives you a smile. One that almost felt too gentle. Honestly. That may be what I see in you. Why I took you out here. Let's be for real. No one would just go on a date with a stranger they just met 2 days ago to a warehouse party. But I think you see people, you know? The words felt flattering, intimate even. But there's something heavy beneath them. Really? Reminds me of another indie game this year about the neighbor who just had tattoos and dyed hair. And he was at some point like, yeah, of course I have daddy issues. Have you seen me? Yeah, I remember. We played that one. It was the vampire one, right? Yeah, I remember that one. I remember that one. It was the vampire one. Where we asked him, do you have daddy issues? And he's like, I have blue hair and tattoos. Of course I have daddy issues. And I was like, you know what? That's fair. You know what? That's valid. That's crazy. You think that about me? You smile at his words. Unless I'm wrong, of course. There's that playful tone again. Guess we'll learn that tonight, then, won't we? Everyone turned his face away, hiding behind his fringe, though you could hear his breath hitch slightly. Deciding to change the topic, you cleared your throat. As you walk beside Yvonne, your eyes drift downwards, drawn by the way his fingers toy with the pendant around his neck. St. Peter's cross, dangling loosely from a blackened chain, is pinching it between his thumb and index, rubbing it in slow circles like it soothes him. Sort of from someone who did break down with stress, glad I got away from because the shred slugging after the shocks 3 years later. He's gonna stuff in mountains. We don't know if it's the sexier murder way. We'll get to see, Luna. We'll get to see. It's not the necklace that's keeping your gaze this time. It's his hands. The skin around his nails is torn, raw and jagged, like he's been picking or biting them for a while. Your hands. What happened? He freezes for half a second. Just long enough for you to notice, then he exhales and laughs. Too sharp to be casual. Ah, that. He keeps walking, but he shoves his hands in his pockets as if he was a child caught with his hands in a cookie jar. I bite them sometimes when I'm stressed. I mean, I do too. If you ever see my nails, they're kind of fucked because I keep biting them. I'm thinking too much. His tone shifts slightly. It's quieter, distant. Like the words are drifting somewhere darker than he's currently willing to show you. You nod. The path crunching under those steps, and you don't press any further. You want to ask what too much means, but something tells you don't really want the answer. So instead you walk beside him in silence, Vaughn humming softly under his breath, the pendant still swinging from his neck like a pendulum ticking down to something awful. The soft curve of the cemetery path crunched beneath your feet as the silence between your steps grew lighter. As the path faded into a patchy grass, you noticed something just ahead, laid out like a dream. A blanket, snacks, and a couple of drinks, all neatly placed in a clearing between old headstones. You pause in front of an admittedly romantic display. Wait, was this already all here? When do you have time for that? Avon glanced over with a crooked smile as if he's caught. Yeah, I like to be prepared. Really prepared. You stare at the picnic ahead in surprise. How long did it take for him to do this? He gave you a charming smile, taking your hand and guiding you to the blanket. He sat with his legs stretched out comfortably, hands falling behind him like this was routine. Over the years, I've gotten used to setting things up in advance. It's just a habit of mine. Sometimes I don't always get much time to plan, so when I can, I make it count. His voice dipped lower, like he was remembering something he didn't elaborate. You weren't sure if it was really your place to push. You slowly sat beside him, still eyeing the picnic like a setup. So what is all of this anyway? You nod to the blanket and the small spread of food and drinks laid out. Are you trying to romance me or just put me into a food coma? You inch closer to Avon, getting comfortable. Avon chuckles, getting comfortable in this position but not pulling away. A little of both, maybe. Let's see. Vaughn reached out to grab a bag of chips. We've got chips, plain and spicy, sweet and sour candy, and a couple of homemade pastries. Sweet ones, nothing fancy. Letting go of the item in his hand, he taps the small cooler near the center. Then water, juice, soda, a few energy drinks if you're into that. You made the pastries. Vaughn grinned. What? You think I'm all graveyards? I can bake. He chuckles to himself. Badly, but it still counts. You glance at the food again, then back to him, an appreciative smile on your lips. This is actually really thoughtful. Like I said, I like to be prepared. You should never forget that. So, drinks. What's your pick? I'll go with the energy drink. Energy drink. I live on the edge. You grab a can and raise it like a golden treasure. I'm gonna hang out in the cemetery, might as well do it wired on some caffeine, huh? Avon laughs, both impressed and mildly horrified. This late? Shit is gonna kill you, but hey, whatever floats your boat, right? He watches you take a sip with mock awe and then grabs a can of juice. Start tweaking though, I'm taking a photo. Brother, like I wouldn't drink caffeine at like 3 a.m. Come on, bro. Actually, just checking out the graveyard. I've done it a lot since I was a teen, but not in some edgy goth reason. I just found the history amazing. Well, even if it was for a goth reason, I wouldn't judge you. I mean, we're literally going on a date with like this guy here. You know what I mean? I'm not making fun of him for being a goth. It's just his style. I would kind of tease a little bit for being a Satanist, being like, yeah, Tumblr boy. But at the same time, you know, like whatever makes him happy, like, you know. Ah, that hits the spot. You looked over the rest of the setup, eyes eyeing the snacks laid out. All right, be honest. Are you trying to be romantic or just fatten me up for the ritual sacrifice? Vaughn grins at your question, lounging back on his hands without breaking eye contact. Can it be both? I think that's the best kind of romance. He waves a hand over the snacks. Alright, menu time. Pastries? You mean you baked and now I have to judge you? Sweet candy that wants calling to me? I mean, he did do the baking, right? Pastries? I mean, you baked. Now I have to judge you. You take one of the small, uneven pastries and raise a brow. Yvonne smirks but looks a bit self-conscious. Come on now, be gentle. They were made during a psychotic episode or two. Despite his slightly concerned comment, you take a bite. It's actually good. Soft, sweet, and surprisingly not a crime against humanity. It's impressive for somebody who sucks at bacon. Vaughn hums, proud of himself. As time passed, you ate the snacks, spoke of various things. Sometimes it was about nothing. Sometimes it was about an actual topic. But overall, you were both eyeing yourselves and each other's company. You couldn't help but wonder, though. How do you even get in here? Aren't you worried about getting caught or something? You were nervous of the idea of a security guard catching you like both out here. Yvonne chuckled, rubbing his shoulder. Not really. Trespassing has never been a big deal for me. Back when I was younger, some friends and I used to sneak way into way worse places. I just realized the perfect song for this. Boom, 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 boom. I want you in my tomb. Let's spend the night together. How's that go again? I've seen The Grave in Scotland. J.K. Rowling stole the name from Tom Riddle from. Pretty typical to J.K., isn't it? Abandoned factories, rooftops, train yards. Vaughn's gaze shifted to the side for a moment. A few houses, too. He laughed to himself, as if it was just harmless nostalgia. We got into a bunch of other illegal shit. Still do sometimes. You eyed him with a wary look, brows raising. But he just grinned wider. Relax. That's not why we're here tonight. He gestured loosely to the graves around you. I actually work here. Funeral home side of it. Or morgue, depending on what sounds spookier to you. So I don't really care whether I come out or not, as long as I don't piss off anyone. You know, dig up a grave or mess with a coffin or two. He laughed again like it was a joke. You weren't sure if it was. You tilted your head, taking that in. Most people wouldn't go near a morgue, let alone work in one, but he seems unfazed. I think it's just a job. Are we supposed to be hearing music because I don't hear any? No, it's just the... Can you hear the wind? There's just a windy sort of like, ooh, spooky. You work at a morgue? For how long? Aval hummed thoughtfully. 5 years? Would have started sooner if I caught up with some things after school. Avant sat upright, gazing at the full moon. The morgue doesn't bother you. Or are you like a receptionist or something? That actually made him laugh. No, I do the full works. Embalming, cleaning, prepping, down to the nitty-gritty. Death doesn't really bother me. Never has. He looks at you for a second. Something flickered in his eyes. It's all natural. Anyway, and plus. Hey, Eddie the Jelly. Thank you so much for the resub. Happy 10 months anniversary. Thank you so much for the support, my friend. It is much appreciated. How you doing? Thank you so much. I thought I heard the wind, but I realized it was something putting the flush in the bathroom. I hear some of the sound effects, but no music. Yeah, there's a little bit of wind. It's a very quiet game. He bit his lip with a slightly strange glint at his expression. I can add a little bit of music if you guys want to, if it's too quiet. I quite like it. You like death? You're hesitating. Or just your job? He giggled, quiet and low, leaning back on his elbows and turning his face from yours. Both. Kind of fascinating. Not many people can handle death so closely. Huh. Wait. So not only you're a corpse stylist, you're like a hot Grim Reaper? Yvonne burst into genuine laughter, falling back on the blanket with a soft thud. God, that's a first. He turned his head to look at you, a warm, if slightly wicked grin still on his lips. Wait, which one do we want here? I think that's funny. He turns his head to look at you, a warm, slightly wicked grin on his still lips. Hey, yeah, I guess I'm the hot ambassador of death in a way. He giggled at the idea. Should put that on a resume. You laugh too, though part of you still wonder if he'd actually put that on his resume. The silence between you grows. It's not hostile, but cautious. You glance at him, watching the way he stares ahead, expression unreadable now. The blanket is spread out in the grass. The soft clink of drink bottles, faint rustle of candy wrappers, and the hum of distant wind fills the air. Well, all this eating has me thinking. I haven't really asked too much about you, you know, besides work. You saving my ass from further embarrassment. Avon leaned back on his hands, giving you a slow grin. Oh yeah, common hobby of mine. But besides parties and cemeteries, saving drunks. He side-eyed you for a moment, stifling a laugh. I actually got some surprises up my sleeve. Like collecting old trinkets, exploring abandoned buildings, watching banned or illegal films. What do you mean by that, bro? What do you mean by that, bro? Stuff like that. He seemed proud of his spread of hobbies, a smile stretching on his face. You seem like the grimy type. There's a little hum in Avon's throat. Actually, I really like cleaning. Like, obsessively. Back when I was still with my dad, he kind of stopped giving a damn, so I picked up around the house. So it's a good hobby for a mortician, you know. Just another part of the job. Would actually pause in the bathroom and step stairs. Hot cream Reaper, well, doesn't that sound familiar? Day with Death. There's a lot of hot death, isn't it? You breathed in mild amusement as Avon raised a brow like you challenged him. What? No. I have more noble hobbies too. He shifts, turning fully towards you, the corner of his mouth pulling into a smirk. You probably caught on that, like lo-fi earlier. But I also mess with making candles. It's pretty fun. Dad and I go up the mountains pretty often to ski or snowboard. Man, do I love it. Just the wind, speed, and the crunch of the snow. It's dangerous, sure, but that's what I like about it. You listen to him with interest, smiling as he spoke about his hobbies. Avon smiles back before averting his gaze. He clicks his tongue in thought, voice soft and unsure. Yeah, the mountains are kind of my thing. You touch your head, about to respond, but Avon opens his mouth first. You cut him off. Oh, I'm sorry. He blinks and chuckles, waving you forward to go ahead. No, go first. You nod slightly before speaking teasingly. So, candles? Never thought somebody like you would be into making candles. Avon laughs, eyes flickering away with a sheepish smile. Yeah, the doctor said it's nice to have a soothing, calming hobby. What? He looks back to you, catching your shocked expression, then bursts into laughter. I'm joking. Rolling his eyes, he continues, his tone is softer now. When I was younger, my baby sister, Auden, actually loved them. It was a nice distraction from, well, our parents constantly bickering. His fingers tap idly on the blanket as he speaks, like he's keeping count of his thoughts. I used to just watch her and my mom make them. Vaughn's face loosened in melancholy. Honestly, I thought it was dumb at the time. Candles, who'd care, right? The Goth guy low-key gives me Scar from the Lion King vibes. It kind of gives me Scar, but like humanized and more goth. Or is this like Scar's like son from like Twisted Wonderland? You know the Scar's son from Twisted Wonderland? What is his name again? This guy here, wait. Scar son Twisted Wonderland. This right here. This guy here, where is it? This guy. It kind of gives me the vibe a little bit. No. Kind of gives me the vibe a little bit of Leona. More goth Leona. He looks good. I need to cosplay him. Hey, Valerian. How you doing as well? I was thinking in Twisted Wonderland, wasn't it? I clocked it too. I clocked it too. I thought about it. Thought it was dumb at the time. He exhaled through his nose with a nostalgic smile. Then one night, she had to make one of her school, show and tell. Mom was working late, Dad refused to help, so I was there, in the kitchen, trying to make sure she didn't get burned by the wax. He shook his head, lips parting only slightly before swallowing that emotion that threatened to come out. Instead, he murmured a laugh. She's only 2 years younger than me, but I knew my parents would kill me if I let her hurt herself, so I helped. I was just kept the hobby since then. You hummed in acknowledgement, and he coughed to wave off the lingering awkwardness. Oh. Though it wasn't awkward for you at all, he must have felt that way himself. He smiled fondly at his awkwardness, finding it endearing. You shifted uncomfortably, letting out a shiver and curling slightly, hands wrapping around yourself as you huffled out a warm breath of air. Didn't think I didn't dress as warm as I thought I did. Oh well. You laughed small and breathy, trying to downplay the visible shiver that ran up your spine. Yvonne snickered quietly. Well, there's an extra blanket. He reaches over in front of you to grab it from the other side, the side of the makeshift picnic, and hands the soft roll of cloth to you without a word. Gently taking it, you wring the fabric to your face, inhaling the scent without thinking about it. It was nice, soft and inviting, homey even. Unrolling it, you tuggle at the Is there some issues? What's going on? There you go. Can't unsee Scar from him now. That guy, if he wasn't hit with the Goth bean, I didn't dress as warm as I did. Average Goth night out. Didn't know this part of the Lion King universe. That's his second generation twice removed. You know what I mean? You tugged it around your shoulder slowly, cuddling into it before holding open the other end for Avon. Avon's body stiffened as he realized what you were offering. Get in here. Okay. Vaughn crawled into the blanket, settling in close enough to feel each other's warmth. You couldn't help but let out a giggle at his flustered and awkward state. So, doesn't the blanket smell nice? You looked at him, face red in embarrassment. Oh, yeah, sorry. Aval chunkles. Don't worry about it. I'm glad you like it. I try to keep everything smelling nice, you know. House, car, myself, even blankets, I guess. We both fell into a small fit of giggles. And though some people say walking into my house is like walking into a bath and body works. He lets out a giggle snort at his own joke. This was nice. It was weird that despite everything you still laughed. But mine has an odd way of handling things. Maybe it was the blanket or the way Avon said it. Oh hey, there's nothing wrong with smelling like a candle aisle. The wind carried the soft rustle of tree branches. In the distance, the quiet chirp of crickets tried to fill the silence of the cemetery. For a moment, things felt peaceful. Yvonne's smile tightened in playful joy. I think that's the nicest insult I've gotten all week. You hum an acknowledgement. But I'll have you know that the scent is actually midnight smoke and cedar wood. Thank you very much. Very masculine. Very mysterious. He burst into a quiet laugh, muffled slightly by the blanket. I mean, you don't have, that's what I was saying with like, you don't have to be the most like manly sort of, you know, it's kind of hard to make candles manly, but you know, you don't have to make everything be like, you know. The Twisted Little Wonderland characters are not the kids of the Disney villains. They're based on them. I know, I'm just joking. I am aware, chat. It was called a joke, a humorous laugh, saying like, "Oh, he looks like it because it's like 2 generations." It's a funny haha. It's just a commentary, a silly commentary. It's intended to inspire humor in you, a humorous response of which you go a guffaw. Really. I need those tone indicators. Be like joking, sarcasm, silly, goofy. Trying to cover another scent, Avon? I don't know. Really? Thought it was vanilla and cherry blossoms. He rolled his eyes. The corner of his mouth curled up into a smile. I don't know. Guess I just like the idea of comfort. It's nice when everything else isn't. Feels safe, you know. Guess that's true. It's working. The blanket, the smell, the whole dead people picnic vibe is kind of cozy in its own way. I mean, you know, it's certainly weird, but if you have a goth boyfriend, yeah, going into a date at the cemetery is, you know, what are you gonna do? He turned towards you, his eyes softening, his smile softening, eyes meeting yours. Yeah? He paused for a moment, genuinely curious, his hand reaching out slowly, settling on the curve of your cheek. You feel safe with me? You paused, feeling his eyes on you. The question lingered into the air. Heavy. Not heavy, just delicate. You didn't flinch, instead you gave him a small laugh as heat rose up on your neck. Tilting your head, you look at him with a smile. I mean, so far you haven't pushed me into a grave, so that's promising. You weren't sure if you fully believed that yourself, but better safe than sorry. Avon lets out a slow chuckle, shaking his head at your joke. Such high praise. What can I say? My standards are dangerously low. That sounds about right, MC. I can't be one to judge. What can I say? My standards are pretty low. As long as attracted to me, attracted to them, breathing is optional, and doesn't kill me. I'm happy. It sounds about right. And of age, you know? Attracted to me, attracted to them, of age, alive, optional, and doesn't kill me. It's all good. Avon's eyes glanced off to the side, a smirk pulling at his lips. Oh, you did give me your number after throwing up. Hey, it was out of kindness of my heart. That's probably the whole thing to a fairy tale in the city. Or a nightmare. You wonder what he meant by that, but decided not to push and brushed off with a laugh. I had one too many of those to count. But seriously, this place is kind of off. Weirdly pretty at night. Didn't think I'd ever say anything about a cemetery. Avon sat up for a moment to probably lay on his side to face you. Yeah, it's quiet, peaceful. Plus, nobody ever complains about the music or other sounds. You laughed, pushing his shoulder. Calming down, you sigh. So this was your idea of a romantic evening, huh? Smirking, he nodded. Dead silence, a cozy blanket, probably a ghost or two. Classic. You shook your head, laughing softly at his ghost comment. Stupid. The shift in tone was welcome, like slipping back into a familiar rhythm. And for now, neither of you dug any deeper. The two of you just sat in the stillness, your shoulder really nearly brushing against Avon's. So tell me something. What do you do when you're not judging people's scandal sense choices and getting dragged into the graveyards by questionable men? You smirked, pulling the blanket tighter like it helped you think. You mean besides questioning my life choices? Avon grinned with a chuckle, leaning into you. Well, yeah. I mean, I've got hobbies, sort of. I read. Sometimes draw a little, exploring here and there. Sprout mostly on the weekends, the usual. Avon laughed, looked up at the sky. Oh yeah, can't forget those. Hey Axel, how you doing as well? It's like a song. If you have a pulse and you're breathing, you just might type. Yeah. What is it like? My type, right? I can't play it because it's, you know, copyrighted. But it's like, baby, you're just my type. Oh, you got a pulse and you are breathing. Baby, you're just my type. Ooh, take a look around the air. You know, something like that. Are you like Colorado? Avon blinks as if the question caught him off guard. Then he lets out a breath and chuckles. That's a sudden shift. You know, well, not everything has about to be death and trauma, right? He tilts his head, considering you for a moment. Then his expression softens just for a bit. Fair enough. Yeah, I like it. The cold's a bitch, but the mountains make up for it. Have you always lived here? Avon shook his head. No, I was actually born in Mexico. Mexico, really? He hummed in confirmation. Mm-hmm. Near the Mexico City. My mom moved up here when I was about 4. Said the air was cleaner. He rolled his eyes at that, clearly quoting. Not sure if she meant that metaphorically or literally, but here we are. You nod slowly, taking that in. Do you remember anything from back there? Bits and pieces. The language stuck more than the place, although I barely use it now. There's a moment of silence again, but this one feels easier. Less like a pressure and more like a shared pause. Yvonne takes a sip of his drink before speaking. What about you, Kindred? Born and raised, or did you crawl up some haunted crypt nearby? Born and raised. No, I've moved back here for a while back. Nope. Moved back here for a while back. Fresh crypt, same ghosts, as you probably say. Yvonne laughed. I like the sound of that. I like that. Sounds poetic in a sort of way. Carry my baggage like a body bag. Strange, isn't it? Oh, I caught a typo. Actually, I couldn't remember the words. Yeah, My Type by Saint Motel. Yes, that's the word. I love that song, actually. It's one of my favorites. How nice it is to be talking with you, despite not really knowing each other. You're not in agreement. He was opening up, but so were you. It was nice. He hummed and thought. Are you normal? I don't think anyone is, really. Just gotta look hard enough. Vaughn's eyes glanced over to you, giving you an expectant look as his eyebrows raised ever so slightly. Then he looked away, foot tapping in thought. I mean, I know I'm not. Vaughn giggles for a moment, softer this time. I fully get people pretending they are. I'd be a hypocrite if I didn't. Just wish I didn't have to. Can be tiring. Speaks of normalcy like it's a bitter word on its tongue. But you want to be normal? I don't think it's so bad. Abnormal is refreshing. Normal's overrated anyway. Normal's overrated anyway, dude. Vaughn raised his eyebrow intrigued. Screen is crooked and too pleased. You know, I think you're right. Kind of think people try too hard to be normal. To put on a mask, but I like being myself. Your words brought warmth to his chest as he relaxed. Yeah, me too. Vaughn thought for a moment. I was thinking, and I find it surprisingly still. You still here, talking to me, even listening. But I think I get it now. He smiled appreciatively. You two sat in silence for a moment, watching as the gray clouds passed by the wind of Colorado passing you by. I was thinking about the whole thing with your family, and I can't help but be a little jealous. Vaughn looked at you in concern, his eyebrows raising in shock for a moment. You quickly realized your own words and stammered to clarify. Oh, wow, no, I mean like you and your sister, my bad. Vaughn nodded with a small and thought for a moment. Well, do you have any siblings? You waved off the idea. Oh, no, but it'd be fun if I did. Vaughn chuckled. Yeah. You lay beside him, eyes drifting once more to the inverted cross pendant resting on his chest. St. Peter's cross glints faintly under the moonlight. You hesitate, then speak softly. You talked about your dad a little, but not much about your mom, or your family in general, besides the candle stuff. Vaughn's gaze doesn't leave the sky. His thumb instinctively moves to the pendant, pressing it slightly. My dad, you already know it. Cold stuff, anger, the whole cocktail. My mom wasn't really around, not fully. Vaughn huffled through his nose at the memory. She had this affair with a man. Not like some midlife crisis either. It was long, ongoing. My dad knew she never left him though. Eventually she did. Not legally, of course. They're still married on paper. Isn't that something? Acted desperate to escape my father, or just desperately in love. I never knew, still don't. At the time I thought I was too young to understand. Shaking his head, he continues as you listen to his soft eyes. She did eventually have a kid, when I was about 2, right before we moved here. Things were fine, I didn't suspect a thing. Too young to. Then, my dad got more violent, angry, drunk, abusive. He chuckled humorously. I tried so hard to make her happy again. I wouldn't stay up all night doing my homework, studying, getting the best grades. She always stressed the importance of it. Wouldn't say things like, don't worry, mommy. Habibi. Just focus. Wait, Habibi? Isn't Habibi Arabic? Isn't he Mexican? Isn't Habibi Arabic? Like, mommy, yeah, sure, but like... Just focus on your studies and I'll be fine. Yvonne laughed sadly. I believed her. Though, that even when she was getting the lights knocked out of her grades, of all things, would fix it. Man, I was naive. Yvonne sighed as you listened. My sister? Half-sister? Whatever. Mom took out and ran when I was around 10. Left me with my dad like I was part of the problem. Or just too much effort to back up. Can you believe that guy actually moved up here too? Yvonne rolled his eyes at the thought. Hey, Pluck Valerian. Habibi, when he's Mexican, is a choice? Yeah, I thought Habibi was like Arabic. Like, if he was Mexican, you can do a lot of ways. You know what I mean? Like, there's plenty of like choices you could have for like, you know, Hispanic. Your normal feels like challenging for most people. Nobody is normal anyway. Everybody's a little weird when you put under a microscope. It just depends on how close you are. You know what I mean? Should check in sometimes. Bring groceries, see how I was doing when I got in trouble. But my dad barely cooked. When I was about 14, she hardly came around anymore. More like once every other month. Dad didn't give a fuck either. Probably too drunk to. Sometimes she's just too sadistic. I went hungry a lot. Ate spoiled the raw food until I finally taught myself to cook. Money wasn't the issue. It's not like they were broke. They just stopped caring. My dad raised me to be detached, I guess. Like emotions were a weakness. He wanted me to be just like him. Occasionally putting his hands on me and talking down to me like I was scum. Probably the worst thing he's ever done. Never really saw how much damage that shit caused. But watching him beat my mom, Yvonne spaced out as if dissociating. Yeah, that left a scar big enough of its own. But now Yvonne on a Petri dish. I love microscopes. I want to be able to put everything under one. That's the thing as well. Also, do you come over to Twitch? A lot of people coming over to Twitch. You can watch it on YouTube if you want to, but you can watch it whatever you want it to be. You know? Although if you are watching on YouTube, I'd hope that you leave a like, because it helps to support the stream, and the more likes we have, the more YouTube recommends the videos. So, you know, one day I hope that we can break like 100 likes on a video. That would be like super cool. Yvonne stared ahead, eyes unfocused, jaw clenched but not angry, just distant, lost in memory. The wind moved through the cemetery trees, brushing through the branches like stone, and branches and stone like the dead were listening. He spoke quietly. Are you okay? He blinked like he'd forgotten you were there, head turning slightly towards you, then away. Yeah, I'm good. He let out a quick breath, shaking his head slightly as if trying to snap himself back, pulling the blanket like that was tightly wrapped between you close to his body. Ah, shit. Sorry, Kindred. I probably got a lot deeper than expected, huh? Smile tried to lighten the mood, but it was more like a mask than anything. It's okay. Kept your tone steady as you smile. I don't mind. For a moment, his shoulders relaxed. Not much, but it was enough. So what about your sister? Oh, then. Yvonne glanced at you, brow furrowing just a little. My sister, we're not that close anymore. Oh, really? Yvonne hesitated for a moment, eyes drifting away from you again, looking like an old and cracked headstone. It's not because I don't want it to be, it's just probably better this way. His thumb rubbed absentmindedly into the blanket. We text a lot, though. Talk here and there, send memes, pretend things are normal. Gave a small, hollow chuckle. Anything but that, huh? Yep. I think I just wish that I had a real childhood. Like one of those cliche ones with bike rides and birthday parties. I don't know. Warm kitchens or something. Sort of like the Hallmark movies. He shook his head gently with a scoff, like he'd pushed the image away before it got too vivid. She used to visit when I was younger. After she and Mom left, sometimes she'd stray a few nights, sometimes a few weeks. I used to count the days until she'd come back. I mean, yeah, she's your sister. His voice got more distant. Now as it followed thickly. I got really attached. Mentally, I mean. Probably more than I should have. He seemed to struggle to look at you staring down into his hands. Anyway, we hang out now and then. Grab food, walk around. It's good. It's just not the way I imagined when I was a kid. He exhaled slowly. Back then, I thought when I got older, we'd just fix all that somehow. Well, do you have any friends? Ouch, how mean. Your laugh gave me an apologetic smile. Well, yeah, I do. I'm not sure I could call them friends. Hey, Plug, thank you so much for the follow. Tell me about your high school friends. Tell me about your close friends. Let's go with close friends. Tell me about your close friends. Got a little circle. Not many people know about them. Not really. Just a handful of friends, if you could call them that. They are the ones I can actually be myself around. No masks, no filters, no judgment. That shit's rare. Some of them are worse than me, honestly, in different ways. Sick, twisted people, the kind of people who should have been locked away years ago, if the world gave a damn. We've all done things no one should talk about out loud. Stuff that should have landed us behind bars 6 feet under, but it didn't. Never does. And when I'm with them, I feel unchained. Like the violence in my chest finally has somewhere to go. It excites me, keeps me sharp, alive. But it's also weirdly accepted. He laughed, not wanting to let off more than necessary. I don't talk about them much, so maybe another day. But I will say this. I introduced Zenda to them, though maybe, just maybe he'd fit in. That was optimistic. They scared him, especially after the cat. He looked at him with curiosity. A cat? Yeah. We killed a cat. Right in front of him. What the fuck? Vaughn jumps to defend himself. A mistake, really. Vaughn looked at his side as if he was hiding something. Zonda wanted nothing to do with them after that. Avoided me for weeks. West, though? West was easier. He wired for adrenaline. Didn't even need a reason. There was a rush shoot in. Tusk hated that. Always tried to keep him out of our mess, but when Tusk wasn't looking, West tagged along just fine. But none of them compared to her. Renee. Met her on Twitter of all places. One of those weird, grimy late-night communities. Dark concept art. Gore, the darkest, freakiest shit you could find. And she got me. She's not like the rest. I don't know what she is exactly, but I cherish her. It's not a word I use lightly. Vaughn hummed. A soft, genuine smile on his face. Alright, is that all? Tell me about your childhood friends. I met Zender when I was 4, fresh off the move to Colorado. We were kids, recess friends. There's a date killer right there. Hey Victor, how you doing as well? Stretch a little bit. Ooh. That was a loud pop, wasn't it? Ooh. Ooh. I put my back into place. Holy shit. Let me do something real quick. Okay? I'm gonna get something to drink. I'll be right back, okay? Give me just a moment, okay, chat? Give me just a little moment, and I'll be right back. Let me put some music to you guys. There you go. Give me a moment, okay? Just like 2 minutes, I'm just gonna get something to drink. Alright, there you go. I'm back. Just had to get myself something to drink. My throat was getting super thirsty. Alright. There you go. Alright. Yeah. The AC that I have blasting here sometimes like gets my throat dry. So, you know. Did I not put the music? Wait, did I forget to put the music? Oh well. Let me take a pause real quick just so I can take a drink. Here's there's a non-negotiable red flag for me. I mean, it was an accident, they were saying, you know what I mean? If it was really an accident, he's very sorry for it. I mean, yeah, mistakes happen, but that's still kind of a red flag. You know what I mean? At least he's honest about it, so. And when I was hanging out with new people and talked about my cat's vet's bill, a new partner said, you know, a bullet's cheaper, right? Stop hanging out with that friend. Yeah, that's crazy. Like, that's actually just insane. An insane psychopathic response. Like, what the fuck? Kin kick Kin's death trap chair. Stop making fun of my chair. Also, yeah, I bought a new one. I know my chair is fucked, okay? Stop calling my chair ghetto. But yeah, I bought a new one. I'm gonna do a Viking funeral to my chair and just like burn it or something. I'm gonna do a Viking funeral for my chair. You know what I mean? Burn it. Wait, really? Yes. I told you I was waiting for Black Friday. I told you, Nova, I was waiting for Black Friday. I just took a time to buy it because, you know. What does my new chair look like? It's a pretty basic chair. I got it cheap. It's an office chair. I didn't want another gaming chair because these have been fucking my back. Not in a good way. This is the one that I got. Wait, where is it? Where's the picture I sent Nyla? This is the chair I got. Here. It's pretty good. It's not expensive. It's like fake leather. But like, it's just an office chair. Just like a big office chair. It's big enough to fit my ass. You know what I mean? You actually did get a new chair. What did I miss in these 2 weeks of flying? Well, you should come around every day so you don't miss anything. Yes, if I do drag on the joke forever long. I would drag it for longer, but it's unironically fallen over. Like my chairs, all of the wheels have fallen off. It's been scratching my floor, which the only reason why I don't mind is because like Reggie has also destroyed it, so we're gonna have to fix it anyway. And one of the arms doesn't have any rubber. I'm resting my arms on bare metal. But it's still hanging on. I can still sit down, and I'm pretty heavy. I'm a pretty heavy guy. I'm like 106 kilos, so. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm actually gonna buy a new one. I was just waiting to get like a good discount, because chairs are so over expensive. Like, unironically so fucking overpriced. If you just want to like go and buy it. So yeah. I got a new one. I got a new chair. Finally got a new chair. Although I really do want to make a Viking funeral for this chair. Dude, this chair's got like 5 years of history. The amount of farts that this chair has gotten, like, you wouldn't be able to. You know what I mean? It's a warrior. We gotta give it a warrior's death. Put it to rest, finally. Finally got a new chair when COVID ended and they wouldn't let us work from home anymore. They can be expensive. I feel like gaming chairs cost a lot. Gaming chairs nowadays aren't that expensive here. It's just that gaming chairs are shit. Like, all the gaming chairs are so bad. Like, they look cool, which I do think they look cool. But like, for your back, it is awful. A Viking funeral, that's some content right there. I just don't know how I would be able to. Like, I wouldn't be able to do this at home. I would have to like get like a fire extinguisher and like find a place that I can burn it. Is Arson in a chair Twitch safe? I don't know. Maybe. I could try. By the way, if you're watching me on TikTok, I am not reading the chat. You gotta come to YouTube. I don't have the TikTok enabled on the chat, so just letting you know, I'm only multi-streaming. The only chats that I can see is YouTube and Twitch. I have to do that with my computer desk because the one I have now is the computer desk. My childhood is old school and IKEA, so it's built solid. I mean, yeah, there's plenty of like solid builds. You know what I mean? But, you know. There's also a lot of chairs that are very overpriced. Anyway, how's our sad daddy issues goth boy looking? He'd follow me around the playground like some sad little duck, all big eyes and scraped knees. At first I didn't mind. He was quiet, easy. But kids grow. I started noticing things. How soft he was. How easy it would be to chirp away at him. So I did. I got the sense that there was more to it than he was letting off for some reason. Shove him during dodgeball. He cried so easily. Pull his hoodie down in front of other kids. He flinched like a clockwork. Eventually, I would just corner him after class. Whisper fingers are stuck in his head for hours. No one likes you, you're just convenient. That kind of thing. That's mean. Look at this. This is a little bit mean. I was shaping him, doing him a favor. I let him sit with us one day, ignore the next. Toss a compliment after ripping him apart. Over time, he started hanging on to every word I said. That's when I knew I had him. By high school, junior year, we weren't just friends, we were something else. We did things that make your skin crawl. Break-ins, vandalism, setups. Sometimes it was just for fun. Sometimes for a little extra cash. Sometimes it was just to see how far we'd go. This guy is opening, the more he's opened up, he's becoming more of a loser. Like, he was fine until the daddy issue shit, but now he's just being mean. One's face flickered like something wicked. Not when it mattered anyway. We got close, real close. Your face scrunched up in confusion. What do you mean? You know, the kind of close people notice but don't question. Well, Wes did. Ramble about it all the time to terror scoff friends. But most just whisper about it. You'd never question anything, and if they did, they certainly didn't say anything. I remember laughing once, thinking how no one would believe who had done what we've done together, how deep it all went. But then shit caught up to me. After high school, I got in some mess. Jail time. Nothing permanent, but enough. When I got out, Sender was gone. Blocked my number. Changed phones. Vanished like I'd never been a part of his life. Yvonne grips on the blanket tightly between his fingers. Nails digging back on his palm. It stung. Bad. Not because I missed him, but because I made him. You blinked in once, then twice, trying to evaluate his words. Then he had the nerve to pretend like I never existed. You joked in shock, jumping back for a moment. Yvonne sighed and muttered sorry. I was pissed. Hurt, yeah, sure, but mostly angry. I'd let it go eventually. Got into college, started over, kind of. Then I saw him again on campus. Looked like he'd seen a ghost. Maybe he had. Didn't rush him, just gave him space. And wouldn't you know it, slowly he came back around. What is this date has become? Like, he's just been trauma dumping like crazy, hasn't he? He's like, yeah, my family sucks, my dad was abusive, I'm fucking manipulative to my friends, I fucking made my friends do horrible shit accidentally. That's been kind of taking a turn, hasn't it? That's been kind of taking a turn, hasn't it? I started messaging, laughing again, letting the walls drop. Same old patterns, same little ticks. Yvonne laughed. Oh man. I don't know. I don't want to continue asking. Close friends, childhood friends, acquaintances. Tell me about your acquaintances. Yvonne giggles. This girl, Kalba, and I go way back, high school. She used to hang out with Xander, actually. I think they were lab partners and something in the middle school. She hated me. She still kind of does. So I gave her a bad feeling the first time I spoke to her. I told her that was just how first meetings went, jitters. We weren't friends, not back then. But soon enough, we both needed cash. Her mom was sick, really sick. She didn't talk much about it, but it hung on her like a weight. I had my own mess to deal with, you know. Angry dad, mom, bail, bills stacking up like bones. We both needed our way out. So we made one. Started small, contracts off the darknet. Nothing huge, just hacking jobs, some light blackmail, data dumps. We're good together. He raised an eyebrow. He rolled his eyes and smirked. Not in a romantic way, we calmed down. Just efficient. She knew how to code, how to keep her mouth shut. I respected that. I pitched the organ trade once, just casually. She didn't like that one much. Can't blame her, I guess. She's got lines. Me? Mine's a bit blurrier. Instead, we focus on trackers, GPS mods, burner rigs, custom bugs. Stuff you'd stick on a card, just a person to you want to know everything. They sold like crazy. Black market, private contracts, some guy in Russia who'd never gave him a name. We made a killing. She's sharp, no nonsense, and way too grounded to fall into the chaos like the others did. Still thinks I'm dangerous. She's right, of course. She keeps answering when I call. In this line of work, that's all that matters. There's nothing scary about you are terrified. Well, now it's getting kind of scary. He was fine with the Satanist shit. It was like, you know, like Tumblr boy. Now it's getting kind of like, yeah, this boy is a little bit crazy. Tell me about your high school friends. He thought for a moment, gathering his thoughts. Actually, no, Turskin. Yeah, whatever. Let's skip this. It's fine. I want to continue the story if possible. Mm-hmm. Come on now. Wow, you really do have friends. Not sure if I had what to say at first. His words hang in the air, dense and uneasy. Wow, you really do have friends. You laughed nervously. How's intense? You really don't hold back. You leaned in, eyes glassed with morbid curiosity. Those friends of yours sounds like the kind of people who actually live. I mean, most people spend their lives pretending they don't have urges. It's morbidly inspiring. Morbidly inspiring, huh? Yvonne laughed. Yeah, but, like, you? I mean, it's fucked up. More than fucked up. But you intrigue me. Like a test subject that escaped the lab. You're fascinated, tone more analytical now. Your eyes narrowed, taking him in. Talk about your friends like, I don't know, like they're monsters that lurk in the dark, kinda. You seem to like that. Almost want to pick up your brain apart, you know? No, that's not the kind of thing that I'm doing. Nah, it's not like, oh, you little scientist. Nah, I say like, I like that. It's actually kind of, you trailed off thinking for a moment. Attractive in a way. I was gonna say that's his own thing, but like not in the, when it started like, I wanted to pick you apart like a little scientist, it's like, okay, that's not really what I would say. Your voice was low, but almost like a whisper. Like you were afraid to admit it out loud. And okay, not the cat thing, that's pretty fucking insane. Not the rest of it? The chaos you control, the way people listen to you. I don't know, it's messed up, sure, but you tilted your head, smiling just slightly. I don't know why I'm smiling. You let out a nervous little laugh, cheeks flushing as you shift in place, your fingers curling slightly into your sleeves. This is a really disturbing shit, and here I am, heart racing like I got a crush or something. Your voice dropped, half disturbed, half honest as you looked away. Yeah, that's messed up, isn't it? Yvonne stared at you with an unwavering smile, giving you a once-over. Yeah. It is. Yvonne leaned closer to you. One of his hands lifted just slightly, like he was deciding if he should touch you or not. His eyes flickered to your lips, then back up as he smiled. I like you, Kindred. You're interesting. Finally pressing his hand into the soft curve of your cheek. Chio? He felt the slight tremble of your body through his arm. It amused him. Lips split into a tighter smile as his voice dripping into a soft hum. You're so scared, nervous. It's finally settled at your side of your neck. Thumb brushing just under your jaw, pulling your gaze back into his. Near you drawn in. The smile widened. Could have sworn you saw the hearts forming into his eyes. I'm a bad, bad man. He breathed for a moment. But I think you like that, don't you? The heat on your face rose as you found yourself mere inches away from his breath brushing your lips. Instinctively pulling away, you laughed frankly. Yvonne chuckled at your reaction, settling back on the blanket. As the breeze picked up, you shivered slightly. Yvonne glanced at you and sighed. On his neck, he looked back at you. What about you? How's your family and friends? It says like it's casual, but his eyes linger like he's actually listening to something deeper. Gotta go to the bathroom, but I don't want to leave. Do you guys want a bathroom break? I mean, I just left. I don't know if I want to give you... I mean, you guys had a break while I was doing it. I should have said, like, bathroom break. You know what I mean? Like, say, like, if you guys want to go, like... Never got neither. I got people, but wouldn't call it good. Yvonne looks at you for a moment. Something in the expression shifts, like pique interest. Friends, they were never really my friends. They used me pretty often. Kind of talked behind my back. Just toxic overall. Family isn't any better either. They never really gave me any grace. Every mistake was like 1,000 sins in their eyes. Leaving with that was... He trailed off. He spoke softly. That's awful, really. He leans in just slightly, his hands brushing against your knee and then to your face. I can't imagine why anyone would put you through that. You seem so genuine, you know. His gaze lingers. It drops briefly to your lips before looking away. Shouldn't have to go through stuff like that alone. Should have a supportive family, a friend that genuinely cares about you. He smiles warmly, brows tied together softly. Could always be that for you, you know. Or more, if you're into that. I mean, this is a date, isn't it? You laugh softly, not expecting the warmth rising in your chest. Maybe, yeah. I kind of like to see where this leads. Yvonne's eyes gleam. Pleased. Not surprised, but pleased. He pulls away, keeping his distance. Of course. Even if no one is there for you, I will. Promise. I mean, he could always be manipulating us as well. He is kind of a little freak, but, you know. Get a wireless headset, that way you can always listen. That's also a possibility, I guess. Be nice if I could get that at work. Ugh. He shifts a bit closer, the edge of his thigh now pressed to yours. Think I'd like that. His hand still resting on your knee moves in slow, idle circles. He spoke quietly as if the dead could hear him, smiling genuinely. Good. I was hoping you'd say that. I always keep you safe. Laughing slightly to ease attention, you decided to move to the topic of something more light. You both sat on the edge of the blanket. Your drinks settled beside you. Yvonne had been talking for a while, drifting from subject of classes into random tangents about life. You're 25, right? You're still in school? Yeah, study at the Denver University, working towards my master's now. Any good? Yeah, school's fine, I guess. You? Nice. I actually go to community college at the moment. Saves money. How's the university? It's cool. Lots to do, but sometimes I just ditch and go check out abandoned places or drive around with friends. Clears my mind. You laugh lightly. Which do you actually enjoy more? It's funny the conversations go from like super edgy shit to like, oh, how's college? How's family? You know? Yvonne smirked. Both, actually. Man's got a hobbies other than death and whatever other illegal shit. The smile faltered a bit, though at the casual way he said it. Yvonne's eyes flickered to you. You could tell you weren't exactly comfortable with the joke. Yvonne then sighed and leaned back, flashing a quick smile. My bad. His voice teasing as usual, but softer now. You want to hear some poems? You raised a brow. Oh, poems? Yeah, I got a bunch saved. Yvonne hummed, sitting up and already unlocking his phone. Renee has actually heard some of these before. He nodded and smiled. Sure. He scrolled for what he was searching for, then began reading. The first one was raw, almost uncomfortably so, about a desperate child who always felt like an intruder into his own home. Yvonne searched your face for your reaction. You smiled in interest, your face didn't move. You frowned in disapproval. Bro, turn down your brightness, jeez. That is a really bright phone. So I asked my cab what college is going to find, you know. How about you? Yeah, the conversations are so crazy, plucked. Ah, man. You smiled in interest. The second was darker. It was about teenage years, adrenaline-filled, defiance-ridden, entrenched in trouble. It was full of excitement and only committing a crime would give. Yvonne searched your face for your reaction. You smiled. Wait, what was that? Ah, sure, it's just like his own thing. The third one was about something older. Felt the same trouble as the last, perhaps worse. Heavy and reflective. Yvonne searched your face for your reaction. Alright, sure. Let's be interested in his hobby. When he last the last line, his voice lingered in the air for a moment before he spoke again. Wanted to be a good person once. Maybe I was, but it was so long ago. I'm not so sure anymore. Guess that's what the shitty parents and no internet safety does to you. You sat there and thought, and that's when you noticed a soft patter around you. starting to rain. The thick leaves above your heads shielding most of it. At least we're under a good tree. You mutter as you two watch the droplets fall past the edge of the blanket. Someone's hung between you and you nudge until you nudge them. Keep talking. He didn't look at you first. But then his eyes scraped slowly to the corner, glancing over at you. You ever want to disappear? You stared in momentary shock. Weird question, that's for sure, but sometimes, not in a literal sense, of course. More like taking a break from everything. Kind of, yeah, things get hard sometimes. I'll say this one. Weird question, that's for sure, but sometimes, not in a literal sense, of course. More like just taking a break from everything, a restart. I think we all need that every now and then. Yvonne looked in shock momentarily, but then smiled. You're quite thoughtful, aren't you? You laughed mainly at his observation. I am? Guess I was a bit deep, huh? Yvonne stopped you with a small shake of his head. No, not at all. I'm actually glad you thought about it. Shows character. You looked at him. Not sure if that said character was good thing or not. Yvonne rolled his eyes. It's a good thing. I like it. People that show something other than surface level, that is. You thought for a moment. I get you. People can kind of just see the other side of the coin without bothering to see the other. Yvonne smiled. It seemed genuine. More genuine than any smile throughout this entire day. The rain that splattered around you grew heavy, thunder cracking angrily in the distance. Trees that once saved you from getting your clothes soaked now did a little to filter out the rain. The blanket around you was both soaking. Ah, fuck. Shit, damn, didn't think it would rain. You stood up quickly, trying to block your face from the rain. Yvonne looked around quickly and grabbed your arm. Come on. My headache won't go away even if I took the meds 2 hours ago. You should probably drink. If you're having constant headaches like that, it could either be you need glasses. That could be a thing, because when you're straining your eyes constantly, it can cause you headaches. Or it can be that you're not drinking enough water. If you're having constant headaches like that, you should probably go see a doctor. You know what I mean? But it could also be your eyes as well. If looking away and like closing your eyes and just listening to the stream helps you, then it might be your eyes, but it could also be hydration as well. I'm wearing my glasses that has blue light, but it could also be that your prescription is gotten worse, and you know, like it could also be that your prescription got worse, and even though you can still technically see, it's kind of like forcing you to strain your eyes constantly. You know what I mean? Of course, he writes poetry. I mean, look at him. I bet he has a Tumblr being like Nightcore, Darkness Dimension. It swiftly pulled you underneath a stone hedge that led to what seemed like a mausoleum. You both leaned your backs against the stone wall, catching your breath. After a few moments, you turned to look at each other. You couldn't help but laugh at the situation. Quick thinking there. Yeah, wouldn't want my date to get wet, would I? Wigging out his head. He took it out of his ponytail and muttered to himself. He shook his hair out and massaged his scalp, allowing the locks to fall on his shoulders, letting the content hum. Much better. He smiled at you, playfully teasing you. You're shivering. Yeah, I guess a blanket can't do much when it's wet, can it? You laughed, pulling your arms closer to your body. If you want, I can hold on to you. Could keep each other warm. Just till the rain calms down enough that we can walk to the car. Hold me? Suddenly feel warm already. Yvonne lets out a guffaw at your flustered face. Yeah, hold you. Come here. I'll make it awkward. Yvonne pulls close to his chest. He was warm. His cologne brought a sense of comfort. Same as the blanket did. It almost made you relax against your will, keeping you inhaling steadily. He's a very non-binary guy, isn't he? Like, sometimes, like, you know what I mean? He has a very androgynous face. I know that he identifies as a man, he like uses he, him pronouns, but like, is it just me or am I, like, I'm really getting the vibes of like non-binary vibes from him. I'm really getting non-binary vibes from him. That's what I meant to say. Isn't he? Like, do you see it? Am I going crazy, or do you guys see it too? Maybe it's the art style. It might be the art style as well. Maybe it's the art style that, like, the way that the eyes are drawn plus the makeup. I was thinking he had he, they pronouns. Wait, let me check. Let me check. I can check the thingy here. Where is he? Nah, it doesn't say. Does he? No, apparently. Apparently not. No, I totally see it. Totally see it. All right, I'm glad I wasn't the only one. His heartbeat, despite everything, was steady. He looked up at him. Not saying it's a bad thing. You know what I mean? It's like same deal with Raphael from 11D Space. It's just a little bit of a different masculinity. He looked up at him and smiled down at you. Better? Quickly, you turned your head away bashfully. Yeah, actually, a lot warmer now. Your gaze made its way back towards him. The way his wet strands of hair clung to his neck, curtained around his face, made you blush. Getting a closer look, you looked to his eyes. He almost made you forget where you went for a moment. The way the red strings pulsed ever so slightly. It was hard not to get lost in such a unique irises. You felt your words. We fell over your words, mouth suddenly dry. Something caught your eye? Or is there something on my face, Dove? His voice was soft and sultry, slipping into your ears like silk. Wait, Dove? Vaughn chuckled at your confused face. Dove? Like a morning dove. I see. Seems so dark. To most. It's sweet in its own way, I guess. Vaughn brought his hand to your face and wiped away his stray hair that clung to it. Your cheeks are so warm. You like that name, Dove? What? No, that's not why. It's just that we're super close. Vaughn cooked his eyebrows slightly. Not used to it. Didn't say anything. He let out a sigh. Often fall, letting his hand find its way back to your waist. Simply stared into the rain, back at you. He looked back at you. There seemed to be more rings in his eyes, much more than before. It was still steady, however. Maybe you were imagining things. A wide smile sat on his face. You know, I really enjoyed spending time with you tonight. So did I. Vaughn giggled and sighed, looking at you like something of a relief. You just seemed to really listen. I was happy to hear about your life as well, you know. I get it. I don't get to open up much without being judged. I like that about you. You don't judge. You listen. Even if it was a lot for your first date. You laughed along with him as he pulled you in closer. I didn't mind. It's just a fresh air. Kind of. And you're a pretty interesting person. It was great hearing your story, even if it was a bit dark or heavy. I'm glad you think so. You stare into each other's eyes. His grip around your waist tightened slightly. Not saying a word, just focus on each other's faces, inches apart. I don't know what made you gravitate towards them. Maybe it was the mystery, or maybe you just liked standing so close to something so dangerous. Your heartbeat raced. I didn't understand why, but the feeling was there. Is he a vampire? He's a vampire, right? He caught onto your thoughts, because even though you were expecting it, it was what you wanted. Deep down, even if you try to deny it, he seems to just know. He gently pulled you in, making your heart pound so loud you were sure he could hear it. Then, all at once, he caught your mouth in his, reckless and trembling. Your eyes shut open in shock. At first, the kiss was gentle and soft, like a first crush, innocent even. You melted into it, closing your eyes and letting it continue, feeling devouring you whole. But it shifted, grew hungry. His lips crashed against yours, pressing you back against the cold stone. Your lips parted, letting him in. His hand trembling slid up your jaw, pulling you closer. Oh my god, I have to write something down. Oh my god, I had to write something down. Wait. I have to write something down. Give me a moment. This is for the secret visual novel. I not related to this one, but the art gave me a really cool idea for a pose that really gave me a cool idea for a technical thing that I want to do. So let me do something. I want to write down write down a pose idea. It's not this pose, because okay, I can talk about this because it's technical. You see how like characters do this, like this sort of like art with like a generic MC. I really don't like this. It's a choice. Like some people do, and that's okay. I didn't want that for mine. I want mine to have. I'm gonna write this down so I don't forget. I want my renders to have the first POV of the character, or have it hidden behind. Say if they're making out or fucking in public, I want the character to hide the listener from POV, or have the artworks in the eyes of the MC. That way, the player can self-insert. There you go. Sorry. When you get ideas for your stories like this, you gotta write it down before you forget, so you don't forget. You know what I mean? It's just kind of how that be. It's just kind of how that be. Write that down. Write that down. It's something like I usually take inspiration from a lot of places. You know what I mean? But technical stuff like this, you gotta write it before you forget it. Because if I was to say like, oh, write this after the stream, I would forget about it. You know what I mean? Kissing looks really awkward from like a POV angle though. Well, yeah, but that's not. Listen, chat. I have an idea of what I want. You gotta trust me on that one. I'll make a demo and then I'll like begin like prepping stuff for this. You know what I mean? Alright. Oi. There you go. Hey Jazzy, how you doing as well? Glad to have you back. How you doing? Welcome. Especially technical stuff, you can make it good. Oh, I will. I'm certain that I'm striking on gold. Like I am so certain that I'm striking on gold that I made my co-writer, because I'm writing together. I'm giving her the pacing and the ideas and everything, and I'm just saying like write like this and that and this and that. You know what I mean? And telling her to do it. But you know, like I am certain the more like we put pen to paper, the better it's getting. What a phrase to stop at. Kendra. Relay left his lips in a gasp. Kiss becoming messy and frantic, bordering desperation in your obsession. Zeta breath brushes roughly against your skin as the skin deepens with its hunger, making you catch your breath. So if this was your kiss, for example, if you had a scene like this in a kiss, we would have it like... I can't show it on stream because it's not safe for work, but let me censor this enough so I can show it. Wait, it's not safe for work, so I can't show... This is the POV that I would want. If I was to do this kiss scene, this is what I would do. Where is it? I can't show more of this because it's not safe for work. It's from Patreon. If you want to see the full of it, you gotta go on Patreon. But I'll show a little bit. So I can show basically what I'm thinking. Where's the artwork actually? Hey, where is it actually? There you go, found it. This is what I would do. This is what I would do here. I can't show more of this because it's... But thinking of like a POV like this, but the full body, where it's just like looking from the back. This is how I would do the kiss POV, and then switch back to first person, and then his face super close. That's how I would do it. That's what I was writing down for kiss scenes. If we have the kiss, have it in a way that like covers the MC, and then we can have like the first person POV or something of the sort for like these kinds of more spicy scenes. You know what I mean? That's what I was writing down. I was writing down thinking of that POV for like a kiss scene. You know what I mean? What did I just come into? We're playing a visual novel. We're playing a visual novel. There's a heat of breath brushing roughly against your skin as the kiss deepened with his hunger, making you catch your breath. It was feverish the way his teeth bit your lips, demanding further embrace. Yeah, look at the pointy teeth. He's a vampire, isn't he? As if he wanted to eat you alive. He pulled away his breathing hard, shaky breath escaping him. The rings in his eyes pulsed rapidly, bright in the dim light. Fuck. Fuck. He caught your breath as he stared at your face. I really like you. I like you too, Avon. Avon's face darkened, the smile widened in a way that didn't settle right in your chest. Yeah. He nodded slowly, still drunk off the heated kiss. I like to keep you, Kindred, to myself, forever. You wouldn't have to worry about a thing anymore. I'll take care of you, and you wouldn't even have to lift a single finger, ever. A hitch of his breath passed his throat, giddy but real. The world doesn't need you. It doesn't deserve you. Oh, come on now. You gotta run a you gotta learn a little bit of a, this is the kind of thing that like, I forgot the word in English now, the grammar check. Could cat, come on now. A little bit of a typo every now and then I can see it, but like, come on now, really? Heat rose from your face in his words. Keep me forever like a date? No. Confusion watched over you. Didn't you just confess? No, didn't you say you liked me? Did say that, didn't I? That's why I'm so sorry for this stuff. I'm just sipping lemon, letting you go. You tried to ask another question, but then suddenly a sharp pain in your back caused you to gasp for air, making your legs freeze and paralyze. Oh, fucking bitch, he's killing us. Blood pooling directly behind your feet. Huffing and clinging reflexively onto the man in front of you, Avon pushed his long switchblade deeper into your spine, into your body. Thousands of questions flooded your mind as shock and fear suddenly filled your senses. You tried to scream, but Avon pulled his blade out. Blood filled your throat, choking you. Clutching desperately into your chest, you stammered and nearly fell before Avon caught you. Shh, you're already making such a mess, Dove. Your eyes locked with his, focused on his hands and face as you gripped onto your last breaths of life. His eyes pulsed rapidly at your desperation, giving him a rush of adrenaline and overwhelming love. Avon unlocked your tight hands from his shirt and held them lovingly, smiling as the life slowly drained from your eyes. He was smiling. Tears well up unconsciously. Unconsciousness threatens to take you. His breath quickened as he held you, thumb wiping away your tears. You're right, I did say I like you, but no. I feel more like love. I love you. He grinned, bringing your now heavy, lolling head to his place, and placing a single kiss on your lips. This time he didn't close his eyes, no. His eyes burned into yours the whole time as your life slowly slipped away before it was nothing more than an empty husk. Pulling away, he allowed your body to drop to the ground. He wiped off his lips. Looking around the entry of the mausoleum, he sighed heavily. Fuck. I have to clean this. A week passed now, and Avon had successfully gotten rid of all the evidence connected to your death. It was part of his profession, after all. What kind of criminal would he be otherwise? He got rid of everything, but not you. No, he kept you. He planned to for as long as possible. That is his promise, right? He kept your body cold, slow in the decaying process of the morgue. The same morgue connected to the cemetery you died at. You weren't a missing listener. You just got to him. One of the many things that made him like you so much. But with that, you also let your guard down. He liked that. He liked easy targets like you. He spoke to you at times, told you about his day, ranted about his co-workers, practice studies, all between completing his assigned work and autopsies and embalmings through his day-to-day. There were only 2 cameras throughout the entire building. One at the front and another one where the money was held. All full security. Neither of which we passed through during his day-to-day to give. And given his time there, no one was really questioning the presence of another body or two. Avon's side as he glanced over at your body on the autopsy table. He was dressed nicely and kept you looking well, taking care of you just as he said he would. Just like a doll. Taking off his gloves, he held your rigged body against the wall and laid his arms along the metal table. Are you excited for tonight? Of course you wouldn't respond, you were there. We're going to celebrate. He giggled and held your hand, massaging the stiff limb from its cold state. I decided to take you for dinner. There's a small restaurant I rented out to the outskirts of town. And don't worry about any pesky cameras. they won't find you. With a gentle kiss to your hand, he grinned to himself. If they do, which they won't, you'll already be cremated and food for the fish at the bottom of the lake, He giggled to himself. Imagine that, looking for a pile of ashes. You stare into your closed eyes and sigh, letting go of the cold limb. Don't look at me like that. It's not happening anytime soon. Avant couldn't help but lean in, bringing his fingers to lift and close your eyelids. Dolly. He closed in and swept your eyes down once more with a single finger. Dolly. Avant couldn't help himself from lifting each of your arms and swinging them back and forth, the same way a child would a life-size doll. With a childish giggle, he nuzzled his nose against your empty husk. He hummed at its own antics and straightened with the same sickening smile. I'll get the car ready. The ride was long, and the car was kept freezing cold. But you two made it eventually. Him and you, well, your corpse. He sat across from you and smiled as he drank from his champagne slowly. God, this is so fun, isn't it? Just you and I. Mom, come pick me up. I'm scared. This is creepy as fuck. I mean, this is a yandere story. Taking us to dinner. I mean, at least he's taking us to dinner. He could have taken us to dinner before he stuck it in, you know? Like, come on now. Come on now, you know what I mean? Like, if you want to stick it in, usually dinner comes first. I'm glad that he is, buying us dinner, but you should have done that first. Like, come on, we might be a slut, but we're not that much of a slut, like. Bro couldn't even wait a day before wanting to stick it in, Like, that's crazy. I'm not that easy. Didn't expect us to be dead. Yeah, it's pretty powerful, these yandere courses, yandere stories. I find them quite funny. Not a camera inside of this place, huh? He enjoyed his food, speaking with you, and asking you questions. It was truly a one-sided conversation. But he smiled happily, enjoying his time with you even if you were dead. Drinking the rest of your champagne, he tilted his head at you. You hardly touched your food. He sat up, grabbed his coat, and pulled over his shoulders. Walking over to your side, he leaned over your ear and whispered as if you could hear him. It's not like you ever could, huh? He grinned, eyes pulsing manically. He wasn't delusional, of course. He knew you were dead. But he fully intended to make you every moment that more fun to himself. You really are like a doll. He giggled, eyes becoming half-lit as his nerves calmed. Come on, let's go home. Ending 4, I love you to death. Oh man, we got the bad ending. Oh, sort of. Yeah. Good bad ending. Yeah. That was a quirky little game. Anyhow. How was the date at the cemetery? Huh. I mean, what would you expect? Anyhow. If you guys enjoyed, this chapter is free. You can find it here at itch.io. Here it is. A Date at the Cemetery by... What is the author again? We Love Excel. There you go. There it is. It's just one Google away. I'm also going to leave a link in the description. Remind me as well. You were too therapeutic to him? I mean, sometimes you can fix them, sometimes you can't really fix them. I feel like this is one of those times like you can't really fix them. Anyhow, that seems to be it though. I'm gonna leave a little comment as well to help with the engagement. I had a lovely time. Sometimes you can't fix crazy, but hey, who doesn't love a mentally ill, sexy goth boy? Ain't it? How do you like my little comment? Do you like that? Sounds about right, doesn't it? I think so too. Anyway, post comment. There you go. It's true. Anyway, go check it out if you haven't already. If you want to see all the other endings, you can always just download the game. It is available for Mac, Windows, PC, Linux, and Android. With some disclaimers, apparently. Anyhow. I'm going to be wrapping up thank you so much for everybody that stayed all the way until the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget to check out my... don't forget to leave a like on the stream. Again, I'm hoping that one stream we can break like 100 likes or so it helps us show up on the front page. But if you're watching this on Twitch, don't forget to check out my YouTube channel. I post highlights every week from the best moments of the streams. You can check it out. All of my VODs, they also stay on YouTube. So if you want to catch up like to the other collabs, this weekend I'm doing a baking stream. We're doing our yearly cream pie stream because it's just a joke that got out of hand. Every November, like 3 years ago, we were like, oh, it's no nut November, you know, like that's why we're having a cream pie because there's no nuts in a cream pie. And it just kind of got out of hand. So like now we're just doing it every day. Not every day. Every year we just do the cream pie stream. This is the cream pie stream. So yeah, I'm going to be doing face cam. So, you know, it's going to be different for a change, I guess. Aside from that, though, I hope you had a lovely time. Again, consider supporting me on Patreon if you can get some spicy audios. I posted a new one, actually, yesterday, I think. Or 2 days ago. I don't remember exactly. But I just posted a new audio on Patreon. You can get some spicy content, spicy audio, spicy artworks. And yeah, last year was the front page of Twitch. Yeah, but last year was the second time. So it was... The first time it wasn't actually the front page of Twitch. Last year was the front page, yes. Which was kind of crazy. I still think it's crazy that Twitch allowed me to do that on the front page. I really wasn't thinking they were gonna, but I'll take it. Anyhow, thank you so much for being with me. Thank you so much for staying all the way to the end. I hope you have a lovely time. If you gotta go to sleep or whatever time that may be for you, thank you so much for sticking around. And I'm having issues as well. God damn it. Anyway, take care, and I'll see you guys. Bye-bye.